heart chokes. Like Midas, everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like it's a little word. Yeah. Every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me. In a way I never understood. In every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get you. More than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know I get you. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. I just know I get you. I get you. Yeah. I get you. You get me, and I get you.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl, Dee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all, as you come into the building. Also, if you are new here and you like the content, but you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. And also, leave your thoughts in the chat. All right. And also click that notification bell, y'all, so you'll be notified when I go live or post new content. Yeah. So happy Thursday, y'all. It's another impromptu live stream. I am on here today because I will not be going live tomorrow, you guys. So my typical Friday live, I won't be able to do that one. So I wanted to come up here and just kind of talk about some things today. So I hope you guys come on in. I hope you enjoy the stream. Make sure you also put a 1 real quick in the chat. 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good. 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good, if the audio is clear. 1 in the chat if the audio is clear, and then we're going to keep it moving. As you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button, y'all. As you come in, let's hit the like button. Sir Reef 518 already with the super chat. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says face with stream. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Samuel Blackman 440. What's going on, Samuel Blackman? How are you? Sir Reef in the building. Alex, what's going on? Alex, how are you? Tyrese Henry, Danny Boy News. What's going on? How are you? Night Call 411. What's going on? Uh, that y'all names kill me. I ain't gonna lie. Dat the Reaper child. Ooh, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Artifacts 1952. How are you? Boxman. Thank you so much for being here. David Trawick. I hope I'm saying it right. The shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here, David. Pete, what's going on? Siobhan 1654. Shout out to y'all. Jamil in the building. Pharaoh in the building. Jamil already in the building with the super chat. I appreciate you guys for that. Says, not sure why the queen of Hot Girl Summer thought she was getting married, child.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my
My God. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate the super chat. Child. Did she really think that though? But anyway, thank you, Jamil. Pharaoh in the building. What's going on, Pharaoh? What's going on, Rose? Says, hello, Fluffy from the 29-year-old B-Day man. Shout out to you. Happy birthday. Only 29, Pharaoh. You are a baby. 29, that's young to me. Shout out to you. Happy birthday to you. How's your day going so far? I hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday. Be blessed. Have fun. Eat some cake. Because I ate cake today too, and it's not my birthday. Child, I need help. And yesterday was one of my son's birthday as well. My son's birthday was yesterday, Pharaoh. So y'all a day apart. Thank you for being here and happy birthday, Pharaoh. David Trawick, I hope I'm saying it right. Thank you for the super chat. Says Lemon character taking his sunglasses off and raising his arm to greet someone, imitated by Baby Lemon. Lemon character taking his sunglasses off and raising his arm to greet someone, imitated by Baby Lemon. Shout out to you, David. I appreciate you. Good, Pharaoh. I appreciate you for being here on your birthday. All right, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you are supporting via Super Chat or Cash App, y'all. It definitely helps to help the channel to grow, but I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, the title of this live stream, Megan Thee Stallion got what she deserved. A woman gets cooked for defending Megan in a heated debate. So I want to play a little bit from Fatty and Ali's podcast, The Untouchable Empire. They had a whole discussion on this, and I want to react to a bit of it. I'll put the full link to their which their full link should be in the description if you want to go and check out the entire video. Go over and support their channel if you haven't already. But they were crashing out over there. They were crashing out. The women were crashing out, as we see crash outs all over social media over Megan Thee Stallion. It's just insane to me, y'all, but it is what's happening. Women are crashing out. They can't believe it that this man didn't take this lady seriously, because a part of it is a part of these women see themselves, like I said before, part of these women see themselves in this woman. Part of them see themselves in Megan Thee Stallion. They believe that, oh, you can do whatever you want and still get the high value man. And the fact that he didn't take her seriously, which a lot of men called it, these women don't know what to do with themselves. And I think it's crazy. It is not everybody that's doing that. There's a single women out there who believe that they can have these hot girl summers, and when they're ready, they can still go get a high value man and live their best life. And they couldn't fathom or imagine the idea that he never wanted nothing serious with her in the first place. That's just my thoughts. I think he was in it for a good time the whole time. Now, whatever he did, whatever he told her, the way he went about it, he did what he did. And you would think that these women would be able to understand that these men are out here to play with y'all, because y'all put yourselves out there in a position to be played with. Because if Megan was not the type of woman that you could play with, like they want to make you believe, she wouldn't have done nothing with him. She would have made him commit before she did anything with him. She gave him her time and her energy, and he just got that's all he wanted. And he really didn't want her seriously. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not it's something that a lot of women say they have intuition and they know, but you really don't know. A lot of women who claim to have all this insight don't really know if a man is finessing them or playing them. But if you don't know his intentions, you should know your intentions. Once again, it's not about what somebody else do to you. It's what about you do to yourself, and how you're able to distinguish the difference between a guy who is trying to play you or somebody who's trying to take you seriously. There are certain things that you could put in place on your end to say, hey, I'm not out here. Megan talks about hot girl summers and, shaking ass and all of this. And this is what you present yourself as. So what do you think what kind of attention you gonna get? So anyway, it's not about fault because I'm not putting the fault on either one. I'm just calling what's obvious. And I think this is why a lot of the single women are mad because they see themselves through Megan Thee Stallion. The same way they see themselves through Cardi B. Those are their idols. And they're just pissed that their idols got played. That's all. But I want to get into this video. Make sure you guys are leaving your thoughts in the chat. If you want to get your thoughts read, make sure you go ahead and super chat to support the channel and like up the stream. Can y'all hear me? Is the audio good? One if the audio is good. One in the chat. I didn't see the ones. One in the chat if the audio is good. One in the chat if the audio is good. Hopefully, y'all, I believe y'all can hear me. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's get into it.
Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, please.
Y'all just gonna lie on that topic too.
This show was great. This show was great.
Nah, the show is not over. No, not going nowhere.
Yay!
This podcast, this stream got heated. They were.
I love y'all anyway. It's a great show. I hope this doesn't go.
Shout out to Fatty and shout out to Ali.
Meg Thee Stallion accused Klay Thompson of cheating. She made a post. Cheating had me around your whole family playing out. Got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous? Bitch! That's what he said. Bitch! I need a real break after this one. Bye. Yo. That's what Meg Thee Stallion said about Klay Thompson. And now I'm going to play a video from the lovely Miss Georgie. That's how I found her on IG, because she was talking her shit about Klay Thompson and the girlies and Meg. So we're going to play it. We're going to have a discussion about it. Read the super chats and we're gone. People that need the microphone more. Mr. Cheese, Miss Melanin, and Apa, because they've been quiet. So they are going to get the microphone first, and then we go from there, especially Melanin, because she now very upset that we didn't get to the main event. It took us 6 hours. I just want to say something. It's just one more thing, please. Now, y'all never trick me again.
Thompson broke up, and all the pick-me lover girls are mad at me because I said, duh. I called it. I told you bitches when that whole Thanksgiving meal happened last year, that bitch was trying too hard. All your rapper bitches that be fake, oh, they that bitch, ooh, they run through niggas, they run these niggas, are all fake wannabe pick-me bitches. And I told y'all this. I said that bitch was trying too hard. What the fuck is you cooking a whole meal for a nigga who ain't give you a ring? The fuck is you doing all that for a nigga who ain't never showed you commitment? But you bitches y'all love being dragged through the mud with niggas. And all the bitches that saw themselves in Megan's relationship, y'all thought y'all was gonna get a ring too if she got a ring. You pick me bitches always make me laugh. Now they all in my comments mad at me. Bitch, if she got a ring, you wasn't getting a ring. But I knew she wasn't gonna get a ring.
It's time to do.
Did I lie?
What do you guys think about what she said in the situation overall? Let's start with Mel, Napa, Mrs. Cheese afterwards, and then we open for everybody else. Go ahead, friends.
So for me, this is exactly what Megan Thee Stallion gets. I don't understand why she thought she deserved anything else. Like, you literally have been passed around the industry. You should be honored that he even claimed you publicly on the forefront. Like, she's nothing to have been claiming in the first place. And that's why she went over there to go play in whiter sand. Because everybody else on the darker side of it knew exactly what she was. She was a pass around. Other than what's the last one that was with her right after Tory? Free Tory, by the way. But the last one that she was with.
Klay Thompson is one second. Klay Thompson is black.
Oh, he's not black enough for me. He can pass over there.
Klay Thompson is definitely black. Let's keep going.
He's pure.
Klay Thompson father. Klay Thompson father is a NBA Lakers.
Damn, Daddy Black.
Yeah, this dad is super black. Is a Lakers announcer. Yes.
Damn, that's sad to know. Anyways, Megan Thee Stallion.
She said that's sad to know. Captain Caveman, what's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, isn't that the prostitute? Sit your ass down. Baby. Thank you for the super chat, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. My face hurt, y'all. I don't know why my face hurt. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Ciao. That's all I'm gonna say. Ciao for the rest of the stream, y'all. I'm just gonna say ciao because I don't know what else to say. I done talked about this several times, but it keeps going. It's the gift that keeps going, y'all. Everybody is crashing out. Everybody's saying what needs to be said, and then the other people are crashing out. They hate to accept the truth of the matter of where they could possibly land in this dating market. They hate to accept that men are just not going to wipe these women up. You can't go out and present yourself as a promiscuous 304 and you think that men are going to just wife you up. I don't understand. You can't just flip it up. You can't do all of that and then turn around and play housewife by cooking and think, oh, just you're going to cook a meal and all of a sudden this man going to be head over heels for you. You can't think that your beauty and your booty is going to lock the man down. It takes more. You have to have more substance than that. And what these women think is their substance and their idea of what they have to get a man or what they're using to get a man is not working. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Says the woman saying, pick me, this and that need to take ramen noodles off her head. Okay. Now I get what y'all saying. Right. Yeah. I'm keeping my lips zipped. Okay. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate that. That's funny. That's crazy. Hey. And I guess that's what Captain Caveman was referring to. Is that what you referring to, Captain Caveman? Prostitute? Oh no, he said, now I get it. Y'all, stuff be going over my head sometimes. Please forgive me, y'all. I just be in the daze. I don't be catching it, y'all. I be catching it late. My bad. Gotcha. I finally know what you were talking about, Captain. Lord, help me, Jesus. Jesus, Lord, help me. He said pasta. Now I get it. See, eventually. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Once again, thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Baby. Let's continue.
And got exactly what she deserved. The fact that you could even come online talking about somebody cheated on you, like he walked around with you publicly trying. I don't care if he cheated or not. He walked around with you publicly owning you and the relationship after everybody in the industry had you. So this is just pathetic. And I can't believe that the women are going to back her in this behavior because I've been already seeing it all over the internet. They're like, oh, Klay, how could you? And oh, Klay this, Klay that. I don't see why nobody has anything to say about Megan. The fact that she thought she deserved something more than what she got. You should be telling that man thank you. He actually gave you some dignity back.
Dang.
Just for Melanie, real quick. Napa. Hey, friends, pay attention to who you disagree with. Because Melanie put the focus on Meg. Okay, so we're going to go through that. Napa, questions, comments, concerns. What do you think about what was said and about the situation?
Well, first off, we got to talk about this because I do want to say, I said it earlier. Number one, you have to have rules to say somebody cheated. And she went into a relationship. I agree with what Melanin said. She has been public. She had a really controversial relationship with Tori. This guy did bring her stock up. He was making her an honest woman in a sense. And, I think she should have maybe laid back on the whole public ghetto, hey, I'm over with this, bitch. It's like she proved, I was really rooting for her. She proved that she was like this lady we were just talking to for 4 hours. She didn't deserve a high value guy. And I love her. She's beautiful as a woman, but she basically ran. She should have stuck around. She should have said, listen, I got to think about this. I already got this whole reputation about Tori. This guy could really bring my stock up. I could be an honest woman. She's buying houses. Your mom told you, your grandma told you. Well, my grandma, not the lady that's on the panel that y'all spend all the time with. My grandma told me, my mom told me, why buy the milk when you can get the cow, or why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah, and I've heard that saying, and many other people have heard that as well. But the thing about it is, once again, when it comes to a lot of women, they want the best of both worlds. They want it all. They want to be able to do what they want to do, right? Go outside, have a hot girl summer. That's why women love that. They want to be able to exercise their rights and their freedoms to be naked, half naked, show their bodies off, do whatever it is they want to do. But they want to hold you, the men, to a certain standard. They want men to be obsessed with them. They want men to be obsessed with their bodies, their features, their looks, everything. They want you to be obsessed with them so that they can do whatever they want and hold you to a higher standard. If women could have it their way, they would have a monogamous, faithful man who's obsessed with her, who does everything that she wants him to do, while she can do whatever she wants. And he just caters to her. In a perfect world, a lot of these women, this is what you want. You don't, because it's clear, because you don't think that your actions will prevent you from getting the man that you want. Put it like that. They don't think that their actions and how they move have any regard to how men see them and how it either helps or hurt them get what it is that they actually want. And the problem with a lot of these women, and why a lot of them are single, in my opinion, is the fact that they wanted a certain guy and they wanted certain things from that guy. The guy that a lot of these women are attracted to don't really give them exactly what they want. So this is why they won't settle. The Pookie, Ray, whoever you want to call him, the guy with the swag, tall, handsome, but don't have a job. And he got 2-3 baby mamas. And he, he's a street pharmacist. But he looked good and he can put it on a real good. She's really in love with him. That aesthetic, that type of guy, the bad guy image. A lot of women have fallen for those guys, but you can't quite get those guys to level up in the way that you need them to as you mature. So as you mature as the woman, now you want him to be responsible. You want him to let all of the other baby mamas, all of his womanizing ways, because they know that they exist. That's why they're so hurt. And if you pay attention to any woman that's hurt on the internet crying about how she's been messed over from previous relationships, it's the guys that she poured her heart into. It wasn't necessarily that those guys were high value men. It wasn't necessary that most of those guys were not top tier earners or in the 1% at all. But it was somebody that they loved, somebody that they gravitated to. It was their type who they actually cared for and gave their all and for that person, but that person was not into them in that way. And he was never a monogamous guy. A lot of those guys have multiple baby mamas, multiple children, multiple women, and these women know it because they fight over each other behind that said guy. And this is something I've seen growing up. So, yeah, I know it exists. Now, whether that's specifically anybody's situation, it doesn't matter. I know that it exists. And I know women will give their all to the guy who don't make nowhere near the amount of money that they're looking for now. But he's somebody that they are attracted to physically. That's why they have children with them, because they think that the children are going to make him settle down and stop his foolish ways and commit to just them. So if women once again could have it their way, they want the tall, dark, and handsome guy who all the women want to commit to them and be monogamous with them. But you still don't want no control. You don't want to be, which I'm not, it's not about somebody controlling your move and telling you, it's about, you don't want any directions. You don't want leadership. You don't want guidance. You want to be able to do what you've been accustomed to doing. And you want him to straighten up and become faithful and monogamous and just all for you and obsessed with you. And that's what they can't find. And that's why they're crashing out. Straight up. A lot of women want faithful, committed guys who are obsessed with them. So he just following behind her like a little lackey dog and just scared she gonna get mad and just accept her for who she is and all her ways, all her anger, bitterness, all of her aggressiveness, all of what she comes with. There's no need for her to change because he loves her the way she is. This is why they create these whole ideas of what a man should be. You know, one of them is if you don't accept me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. No, they want you to accept them at their worst. You don't even want to accept yourself at your worst. You're not happy with yourself being 400 pounds. You know that's not your best, but you don't like that you that big anyway. You just don't know how to put the fork down. So it's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. A lot of these women want a man to be obsessed with them. They want him to go out of his way for them, but they don't want to go out of their way for him. They want to be ghetto, run the streets, do whatever they want to do, whatever that looks like, while he stay at home, go to work, be faithful, provide, say, hey, honey, what do you want all the goddamn day? Oh, oh, my love, and I'm just going to give you this, whatever you want. Whatever you want, I'm here your wish is my command, child. And they want a man who has means and options to be that way for them. This is the obsession in a sense. Part of the reason, in my opinion, I believe that the obsession with the way these women put their bodies out there and to getting these BBLs, because they thought if I can get the body aesthetic that I know these men like, oh, I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna get the top tier. The rich man, and he gonna be obsessed with my body, and he gonna just, I'm that girl. That's what they say. And he just gonna, I'm that girl, and it stops with me. I'm the one. I'm that girl. Then when you hype yourself up and make yourself believe that, and then when you get with one of these guys and they show you he could care less about all what you talking about, he there to smash and dash, and he'll spend time with you, have fun with you and everything, but he thinking, no, this ain't wifey material. I'm not trying to do that. I don't want no commitment. This is when they start crashing out and their heads start spinning around like Reagan in The Exorcist, because they can't believe, damn, my BBL body didn't entice him and make him, want to be obsessed with me. He's not obsessed with this body. No, he's not, because he's seen many of those types of bodies. Your body is not special, and that's the part that they can't take it. They can't take it. They drag themselves. They drag themselves into some type of bitter, angry stupor. Cause y'all can't get, because listen, the reason why it's so hard for them to accept that, because what else do you have if you don't have your BBL? What else do you have if you don't have your surgery-filled body? What else do you have? What else do you? This is why when you ask what do you bring to the table? That's why they so pissed. Like, what do you mean? You don't see all of this? Because they think that their body, their teeth, the big teeth in their mouth, like that girl said, y'all getting these teeth. Well, your whole mouth look like a bunch of two front teeth, big teeth in your mouth. It's the whole aesthetic, the bust down straight wig, the BBL, the long nails, the lashes. It's the same aesthetic. And they think that that's going to make these men jump over hills and mountains for them. And when they come across men who aren't willing to do that, they don't know what to do. Bottom line, they don't know what to do, because that's all they got. Outside of that, what else? What else? What else do you offer? Tattoos all over their body. It's an aesthetic that they don't think about when they do it. They think, oh, well, when I meet a man, he gonna be head over heels for me, and he gonna love this body and all this. Yeah, he gonna love your body, and then that's it. He'll love your body because he love what he can do with it. But past that, he's on to what's most important to him, and it's not you. So I would wish they would learn. The same women who say men like to objectify women, they objectify themselves in hopes of getting the type of man that they really want. So it's so stupid. C. Irving, what's going on? C. Irving, how you been? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I'm glad DeeDee gets it. What you have between your legs doesn't guarantee a commitment and a guy taking you seriously. It's just a fact. Thank you, C. Irving. I appreciate you. It's just, and maybe they'll start to see it, but a lot of them don't, because they're so busy bashing the dude. You can't see anything past that. And they're constantly showing you over and over and over what it really is. And they're not trying to hear it. So you'll find yourself in these situations because you are not ready for the truth, and you don't really want to see what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, C. Irvin. Once again, I appreciate you, bro. Captain Caveman once again says, I'm gonna need some cookies watching the pa. Dazam? Oh, okay. I see why. Y'all are nuts. Thank you, Kevin K, man. I appreciate you. Y'all are crazy. Ciao. Blue X225, thank you for the super chat, says, is it possible to cheat on a woman who's not ladylike? She's not holding up her end of the social contract open 304. No, I don't think it's cheating. I don't think it's cheating unless he told her, I want to exclusively be in a relationship. We're exclusive. We're exclusive. I don't think he told her that. I don't know, but I don't know. I think if he made her believe or told her specifically, hey, we're gonna be together. It's just the two of us. I don't want nobody else but you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with you and I want to grow this thing. If he told her that and had her under that impression, now I can see why she would think that. But I personally don't think that's what he told her. Looking at his track, I don't think that's what happened. I think she assumed that and she thought that, hey, if I do these things that the internet keeps saying, y'all need to cook and clean, be willing to do this for a man, that she thought that that was going to work. But there was some other things. It's not just being able to cook and clean, but also the way you carry yourself, you know, and she's already messed that part up. Now, maybe she was trying to redeem herself. I don't know, but he already probably knows her history and she probably already knows his, in my opinion. So yeah. And then technically, if you're not married, then it's not cheating, right? If you're not married to somebody, they still have the free will to go and see other people, right? So I don't, it's some saying, look, did he cheat? Like, is that what happened? Or y'all never had it wasn't really an exclusive relationship. So you just never know with these people because they put stuff out there to get the crowd roaring and it don't even be like that. So good question. Or good question and good point. Thank you, Blue X. I appreciate you. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, how do we know the male castrated horse didn't lie about being cheated on? Exactly. And right, these women will say anything to look like a victim. I don't feel sorry for them. Exactly. So people, once again, women just jump on the narrative. They don't even know, they don't even give it any thought. Just, oh, she said, oh, well, that's just what it is. As if the woman didn't allegedly lie before. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't do that because I'm looking at the situation. I don't know the full details of it. Nobody knows. Klay himself would have to come out and say, hey, we were never exclusive. And then people going to look stupid. And then they're going to still have their own biased opinions about it because you don't want to believe anything the man says, but you believe everything that the woman says. And a lot of times they be lying. So you're absolutely right. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Successful MD back again with another super chat, says BBLs don't reverse bodies or produce femininity.
Oh my God.
Right. But tell that to the ones, but who think that it does. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you, bro. C. Irvin once again says there's a big difference between intention, commitment, and attention, physical, sexual. But pride and ego can easily cloud that simple thought. I agree. I mean, I don't see who wouldn't agree. Thank you, C. Irvin. I appreciate you once again for being here and for the support. But it's the truth. I think that's what a lot of women get misconstrued. They think that because they get attention, you are absolutely right. And that's when they talk about their DMs. Like, oh, I got a lot of ninjas in my DMs. And what? You got all of them asking you to marry you? Do all of them have a ring saying, hey, I think you're marriage material. I want to wife you up. Are they saying that? Or they just in there telling you, good morning, queen, grand rising, queen, you look so beautiful today with your, T and A out. They're not going to say, they say, oh, you look so beautiful. Yeah, they're looking at what they could possibly get into. They're not trying to wife you up or take you seriously. And so this is the delusion for a lot of these women. And this is why I say this is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships if that's what y'all want. And truth be told, most women get to a point eventually where they want committed relationships. That's why women who are in situationships or, these flailing so-called relationships with no intentions behind it or no commitment or nothing. That's why when they're with these guys, eventually they start looking around saying, hey, you think you want to marry me? Because now eventually women get to a point where they want to be married. They want to settle down. They want to have a family. They want a committed guy. So a lot of them are trying to force this with the men that they've already chosen or the type of men that they like. And unfortunately, the type of men that they like don't really see them the same way because that's the way you the way it started is how it's going to end. You didn't start without any priorities. You didn't have very much standards. Y'all were screwing around, having a good time, raw dog, and making babies. So why would a man turn around and marry a woman who's giving him kids, didn't have any priorities? He's allowed to go and do whatever he want to do. There's no real commitment there, and she's just sleeping with him and all this. So what's the point of him marrying him? Like, goes back to that old saying, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? And there you have it. Thank you, C. Irvin, once again. Successful MD says, it's not illegal for a man to divert from a lizard. Child. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Successful MD. Pharaoh Ishmael, thank you for the super chat. Says, Meg got roadkill. Oh, no. She got to use Rave as shampoo for it. The girls, summer women, I mean, thought girls, summer women are the same. Lord, roadkill. You wrong for that. But thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Y'all are insane. But yeah, it's just what it is. And I think a lot of women don't want to accept that because they're selfish and they want to do what they want to do regardless, but they still want the best outcomes. Why do you think a woman who is talking about WAP and just shaking every crevice of her body open all out for everybody to see, and it's not just entertainment, because you don't have to do that. And what's the difference between that woman and a woman who is holding herself in a respectable manner, who was taught how to be a wife and how to be a respectable lady, and carries herself in a beautiful, attractive, respectful way, who has manners and know how to talk to men and understand men, and she's looking for a top tier man because she's a top tier woman. She's looking for a man who wants commitment and all that, but a man would rather pick her for stable, solid relationships, because if she's beautiful, in shape, and she knows how to treat a man, she knows how to communicate, she's loving, she's doing all these things, and she's gorgeous too, which one do you think they're going to pick? Are they going to pick the thought who's thirsty for everybody, or the one who knows how to present herself and knows what a man is looking for? They're going to go for the respectable woman. And that's what a lot of these women don't like. Successful MD says she thought Klay was a simpleton. That's what I said. Team Tia grad, right? I do, and that's why she was saying he was the nicest man she's ever met, because she thought him being nice would mean that she could finesse him, and she didn't know his history when a lot of men already knew his history. I'm not condoning his history, but hey, he's a grown single man. He makes his choices. He knows he's not ready to settle down. How do we know if the women that he was with, he ready for a real commitment or whatever? I don't know what he told them, or if he told them something or not. But once again, this is where women should use their intuition to understand, and then also use your standards to say what you will and will not accept. But one thing they don't want you to say is the fact they're willing to accept it from those men. The men with the money, you're willing to accept certain things from them. Because if you clearly broke, they don't want to even talk to you. If you're under 6 feet, a lot of them don't even want to talk to you. So the reason you're talking to him, because he has something that you can gain. And these women got to be batshit crazy if they don't think there was something that Meg could have gained from this guy. If anything, it would have raised her stock and made her look better, because she has a horrible reputation. So it would make adding him to the fold makes her look better, in my opinion. But if you listen to the Bonnie Crew Societies of America, they'll tell you, oh, she raised his stock. No, she did not. If anything, it makes her look better. If she could get somebody to commit to her and marry her, it would kind of, make her not so good image or past look so bad. It will kind of make her look better. But now, I mean, it looks the same. And so, hopefully, I mean, this is something she can learn from, and hopefully people learn from it too. I don't know, because I don't get the way a lot of women think about this. Is their opinion, but it's just like, child, it don't really be making no sense. Successful MD says she allowed many women to show their colors, and we've already seen those colors too. Successful MD. That's why I say a lot of women are delusional. You want something that's never existed. Most men don't take 304 seriously. They'll have fun with you, be nice to you, maybe might even buy you stuff. But that's as far as it's going to go. You're a good time for them. So yeah, they'll have you around for a good time, and then when they don't want a good time, they'll pick you up when it's a good. He's ready for a good time again. He's not taking you home and making you his wife and making you the mother of his children. See, men take that stuff seriously. Unfortunately, a lot of women don't. A lot of women don't take the child rearing and all that seriousness. That's why they'll have babies with broke men or criminals and stuff like that, because you don't even think about the future of your own kids. See, men have more of a thought process as to how they want their family to be and who they want to raise their kids, and they want the best for their kids. A lot of these women say they want the best, but they don't do things that will give them the best, and then complain about it after the fact. Everything is in hindsight. Hindsight is 2020. So you don't see any of this until after you've made the mistake several times. I'm trying to get people to realize what's real before you make those mistakes, before you make those horrible decisions. That way you don't have to worry about those consequences. You'll put yourself in a better position to get what it is that you want. So it's not, it's a lot of the promiscuous behavior, the whole-like tendencies, bad attitudes, independent mindset. All of that points to you being single and a man not taking you seriously. He could care less about your body and all of that. He'll screw you because that's what men do. They want sexual gratification just like women do, but they'll give you that. Y'all exchange that. But other than that, nah, not taking you seriously. This is why most men and some women didn't, call that this relationship wasn't going to last, because they see what it is. They see it. And as you get older, you're supposed to gain a little bit more wisdom, right? And knowledge. So why do these women get older and it sounds like they're going backwards? They're getting dumber and dumber. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says, just think, he's classy and she's trashy. Mismatch. Right. Right. And, they show clips of them at an event, and he's sitting there calm and she's throwing her arms up and just doing what she normally do. And he's sitting there thinking like, nah, I'm going to deal with this for a little while, but this ain't really my real cup of tea, But she fine. Yeah. Well, she fine. She could be fine all day, but fine does not equate to a man taking you seriously. And I'm glad I've been hearing a lot of women talk about this too, and been saying the exact same thing. So hopefully whoever thinks this way, hopefully they'll understand that is not the way, that is not how to look at it, that is not going to give you the outcome that you eventually want. The things that will give you the outcomes that you want, a lot of these women don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. So, hopefully it helps somebody and they learn better. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. What's going on, Gary Smith, 13? How are you? Kennard the DJ, what's going on? Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat, says, I'm taking notes. I got some stuff I'm trying to do. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
So what I'm saying is I'm disappointed in Megan. That was her shot. She, she should have set rules for him. All you women out there talking about, she threw away a guy who's worth 3 times what she's worth. And he's good looking. He's got a good family. She's cooking Thanksgiving for him. She's already bought a house with him. You're going to go up on the internet like a little high school breakup and talk about I'm done with him because he got together with his ex-girlfriend, and make note, it doesn't matter how much money you have. So don't be listening to prostitutes, ladies. They'll get you all caught up. He didn't care that she was worth 40 million. He went to his ex-girlfriend who probably wasn't worth 40 million. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with Melanin, and I feel sad that Megan sold herself short. She should have just waited, let it cool off, let him beg for her to get back or something. So yeah, she dropped the ball on that one. No pun intended, because he's a ball player. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
I love you, girls, but y'all are evil.
Fatty, Fatty?
Wow.
Fatty, can I please?
No, we are going to 1 second. We are going to have the conversation. I am dumbfounded that one man promised monogamy to a woman, cheats on her, and it's her fault.
Well, you already know my belief system, so
No, Melanin. Melanin. 1 second, Melanin. Melanin, I don't believe in. I love bacon, right? I love bacon. There's people on the Middle East that think pig is disgusting. I love hamburgers. It's the hamburger fun. Indians think that cows are sacred. But one thing that is universal around the planet is if I shake on it that I'm going to do something, I have to do it because word is bond. I
Mm.
promise you something. If I said, if you are drowning, I will save you, and then I see you drowning, and I don't jump on that shit because my belief system, I don't know how to swim. I am a liar because I promised I was going to save you, and now I let you drown. What is the problem with y'all that y'all don't understand? Whatever. What moral system y'all have? If a woman promises she's going to do something and a man promises they're going to do something, they have to do it, or they are committing something that is against what they promised. Like, what is this world?
Well, men and women are not equal, but
Can I please speak?
I will hold on. I will agree to the fact that I don't think it's something that he should have ever been agreeing to in the first place. I say that about men, regardless.
He's a coward.
If you choose to be monogamous, it is your choice. You should not be signing up for this just to get the woman. You're already giving away your power. So I don't agree with it in the first place.
He's a
My
coward.
point is,
You know how
regardless,
you know why he's a coward, Melanin? Because this is the man that we warn our daughters to be careful. The man that will sell you a dream, love bomb you, buys you a house and a car, presents you to the family, lets you cook on Thanksgiving. He was a good guy. We did a show about it.
how do we know? But how do we know the experience of Megan didn't take him back to where he was already at?
No, it's because he already knew she was a certified hoe. He had a track record of Megan dating all these people, putting false allegations on Tory Lanez. He knew the whole thing that she was a ho. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I believe he knew exactly. He knew exactly who she was and her reputation and all. That's why he chose her. But she didn't understand that she doesn't understand that her reputation will attract men for those very reasons. And when you teach your children, he spoke about your children, you teach your children to stay away from those types of guys, but you also teach your children how to respect themselves, especially the daughters. Present yourself in a respectable manner, right? You wouldn't want your daughter. You don't want to raise your daughter to be a hoe or a hoe adjacent. You teach her to respect herself, protect herself, carry herself like a young lady. Don't be promiscuous. Don't sleep with it and everybody. Like, hold yourself to a high standard. Demand respect because you give respect. If you have daughters, these are the things you teach your daughters. So your daughters will, hopefully, if they listen and respect what you're saying, hopefully they hold themselves and carry themselves in a certain way. So they'll attract a guy that will respect them and want to marry them. Not, and understand the whole point of that. Having respect for yourself and demanding respect from a guy. And don't just give yourself to anybody and then turn around and think you're supposed to get the creme de la creme. So if you teach your daughters about the guys to stay away from, and you also teach your daughters how to present themselves and how to have respect for themselves. Because a man is not going to want to take you seriously if you're a hoe. That's the stuff you teach your daughters too. So if you go out and present yourself in this 304 manner, then you get that type of attention, even from a guy that seems to be a nice guy. He might be a nice guy, but he still want to have sex and bust you down and raw dog you just like anybody else. If you let him, whatever you are open and just allowing, that's what you're going to attract somebody who's going to want to do whatever. And you letting them, you don't have to let them, but you can't just do whatever and then think that you're going to get the best. That's all I'm saying. Successful MD says she wanted to use him to rebrand her nasty image. Possibly. Right. And I do also think that a lot of people looked at Sierra and they feel like that's something that they can get too, and they have no regard for their actions, how they've portrayed themselves, what they actually do. And what they're saying allegedly too is this woman goes both ways. She likes women and men allegedly. So, I mean, you're all over the place, and that's fun for the bedroom, but is it fun for serious committed relationships? Probably not. And we see a lot of people starting to, more divorces are happening, which we're going to get to Kevin Hart after this. Kevin Hart wife is filed for divorce, child. And the reasons they're saying she's filing is just mind blowing. We're going to get to that, but it's just insane. It really is. So it just shows you no matter how much money, fame, all that you have, these women are still unhappy. They're still unhappy. Thank you, Successful MD. Let's continue.
He took her, made her a wifey type of person, love bomber, put a bunch of things that kind of assumed that he was going to take care of her. And then, you know what? I have cold feet.
No, he
Respect.
said.
Can I
Stallion, can I please respond to this? Because you guys used my video and I want to respond.
Yeah, no, 1 second.
Can I just say one thing? Can I say one more thing?
Yeah,
before
please,
she goes?
Nepal, Coco, and Miss Jory, and we need she's just be quiet for a while, man. Yeah.
Okay. So, and what I find so hilarious is hearing all you ladies be so blatantly rude and mean and so like, oh, I had my opinion on this with Megan. I don't think she should have came and made a relationship out of the whole dynamic of Klay Thompson. I thought it should have been fun, leverage it to her benefit. I didn't actually think that she was looking at it as a serious situation. Now, granted, I have my belief system, which is dick and money, and that's what he was, a perfect image of that. You guys all, Nepal and everybody had an opinion on who I am and how I live my life and how honest I am about who I am, but you guys are defending someone like Klay Thompson, a man like Klay Thompson, who blatantly, a woman was vulnerable, put herself, a woman who was successful, beautiful. She could have any man she wanted. She was vulnerable enough to put all her egg in one basket, hold him down, cook the dinner, show up for every game, be
okay, but that's because of her track record.
Hold on, I'm gonna finish.
Yeah, but her track record is trash, though. We can't.
But I don't. But hold on. I'm gonna finish.
I'm sorry, Patty. You're right. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You can say over there. His track record is trash too. Just to make
Thank you. I was gonna hold on, Fatty. I was gonna say he's cheated. Hold on, he's cheated on every girl he's ever been with prior to Megan too.
That makes her done.
No, he's cheated on every girl he's ever been with.
That makes her done trying to force monogamy on a man that's doing with everybody else.
What I'm saying, you're right in that, right? My whole strife with Megan is I think she was dumb in believing there was something actually there. I think it should have been a fun little TT, build her brand, use it, elevate. I thought that was what it was. But she was actually believing in some fucking love shit that I don't know why. My whole thing and what I find the hypocrisy of people on this panel is you see this girl and how she was presented, right? Klay Thompson did the very thing that you guys say women do to men. He did that to Megan. And it's okay because she's a hoe. It's okay because she's a hoe. But for me as a woman, when I say I see men for dick and money, I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible bitch. But he can sell a girl who's really emotionally at a very stunted place and who is vulnerable and put herself in the market. And it's okay. It's okay.
But why are we describing her as vulnerable? Why do we keep
Yeah, I don't think she's vulnerable. I don't think she's this weakling, vulnerable chick. No, I think she knew exactly what her intentions were, but she didn't understand his intentions. I think she knew she thought she had a come up. She thought she had a little rich, smart, nerdy type of goofy dude that she could throw the wop on and he was going to lose his mind. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I think she thought she had a sucker. She thought somebody, he was like, oh, she a hottie, she a bad. I'm going to throw this on him, do everything to him. And he going to be like running behind her like a laggy dog, like, you the one, and it didn't work. I don't think she's vulnerable or any of that. They always say that about her though. Every time something comes out where they say she's vulnerable and she's this and they pay her as this weakling. I don't think she's that at all. I don't even think she would want to be considered that. But if it's going to benefit her, she'll let it ride. But nah, she's not this weak, innocent, vulnerable chick. No, she's the one who allegedly cheated on the man that she was with Tory Lanez, right? How are you so innocent and vulnerable? But that's how they like to paint her. I think she had an agenda. She had an idea of what she was trying to do, and it backfired because he wasn't the little goofy that she probably thought he was. And I personally don't think he ever committed to her and said, oh, let's just be together. We're going to build something together. I want to be with just you. I don't think he ever told her that. I think she's putting it out there so that people can have that assumption and so that narrative can be pushed. I don't think he said that to her. That's why he probably like, damn, why is she saying I cheated? Probably it would be interesting if he came on and said, I didn't cheat. We were just having fun. And then, baby, they're going to be pissed about that. So you can't win for losing. As a man, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Y'all know how I feel about cheating. But I feel like, listen, if you commit to a woman for real, through marriage and God and all of that, and you say, hey, this is what we gonna do, and I'm committing to you, then yeah, if you cheat, nah, that's unacceptable. But in this case, we don't really know what their relationship was really about. We don't really know what the agreement was. And so the fact that she has that history, we would assume that this man was only there. every man mostly said the same thing. Oh, he's just here. He playing around. It's gonna be over. But why? My thing is, why don't women see that, and why most of the women who are commenting in her favor don't see that? I don't understand that part. Pharaoh Ishmael, thank you once again for the super chat. Pharaoh says, we need the angry bus driver or Lil Reese to whoop these thoughts ass because they begging for trouble. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you once again for the super chat. Thank you so much. Captain Caveman says, she told Shannon Sharp she told Shannon Sharp she need a 10 million. Oops. There we go. So that's why I'm saying I'm not surprised. She needs some money. There were alleged reports that saying that she was asking for a certain amount of money per month from him, and he was just not giving it to her. And if that was the case, I'm pretty sure she would have accepted it. If he was like, look, I'm gonna pay you, you got to be at my beck and call, and I'm gonna pay you this amount every month. And if she may have accepted those terms because she may, people once again don't realize the celebrity life. They don't realize the money that these people don't have. Everybody thinks that because you're on TV and because you made some music that you're super rich. And for the life of me, I want people to understand net worth. Your net worth is not the actual money that you have in your bank account. Even celebrities have broken that down and have told y'all how that works out, and people still, well, she's worth this amount. Worth means you have some things that you can sell. Worth is all encompassing of the things that you've sold, the things that you've accomplished. Hell, you could buy a house, buy a house, the assets that you have, that is put into or added into what your worth is. So if she's bought something, or in her case, they count the amount of record sales that you've sold, whatever the amount total of the records that she's sold, they add that to her net worth. Does she have that amount? No, she don't have a half of that, because the majority of that money is recouped by the labels, the producers. And some of these people are signed to joint labels, like they have multiple labels that they're signed to. Subsidiary labels. Also, all these people got to get paid. So everybody gets paid before the songwriter or the artist. I'm sorry. Everybody gets paid before the artist. You got to pay the record label, got to recoup, make their money. If you sign to multiple subsidiary labels, they all got to recoup. So by the time they've all recouped the money that they put in, the artist is the last one to get paid, and they get the least. So you could have sold 30 million records. Do you have $30 million? Hell no. But whatever the sum, if you've sold records to the tune of some millions of dollars, that don't mean you have it. That means that's what you sold, and you get a fraction of that, a small fraction. So this is why they always selling merchandise or selling this, selling that, because they got to make some money too. So people really don't be getting it. They just think, oh, she's that girl. No, they be in debt. So, and one thing, I said this before, the thing that women tend to do is the easiest way to get some money in your pockets or to get some help is to attach yourself to a man that is more financially successful than you are. Because that means whatever you have, if you're struggling, you don't have to pay for anything. And he could add to you and help you with what you got going on. Because at the end of the day, they don't be having all that money. That's just a little tidbit for people who may not know. But thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. So, listen, it is what it is, but people don't like to listen. This is why a lot of people get hoodwinked so much, because they don't know the truth. And they bank on you not knowing the truth, because you'll push a narrative that you have no clue about. Blue X 225, thank you once again for the super chat, says she thought she had a Russell. All these degrees and women intuition, and they keep getting played by the same types of men, not condoning lying and cheating. Exactly, Blue X. I say it all the time. I don't condone cheating whatsoever. What I'm saying is, though, you took the words out of my mouth, and that's just what it is. You don't see this happening because they're not in it for the right reasons. You're in it to try to gain something just as much as you're claiming he's trying to gain from you. That's just it. Because if you're in a relationship with the right intentions, you're really thinking that, oh my God, and you're really putting your efforts in, and you're saying, I really like this guy and I want a stable, committed relationships, you would make that clearly known. Look, I'm not trying to play. I want marriage. this is what I want, and I'm gonna give you a certain time because, and I know sometimes men don't like putting a time on it or when women do that, but you have to understand that she's true about her standards. And if she's really on par with what she stands for and what she believes, and she's a respectable woman, then I think it makes sense to put some boundaries there to let the man know, hey, I'm not your side piece. I'm not just a hit it and quit it. I'm not just somebody you're gonna be sleeping with no commitment. And either you realize that this woman is serious and she's not going to sleep with you. She's not going to give you her time. And she's a good woman. And you have to make a decision as the man and say, you know what? I'm going to take us. I really want to be with her. This is real. So I'm going to, why not? Or go find somebody that will play house with you. So I'm all for women having their standards and not folding, because if you do that, then they won't take you seriously. But in this case, I don't think that she was going into it for the right. I think she was looking for a payday or something, and she thought that he would be the one that would give it to her. And that's just my thoughts. Blue X, once again, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Latrell M, thank you for the super chat. Says your net worth is assets minus liabilities. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. And the assets, it's right. What you make total minus what you gotta pay out, basically. And the artists are usually the last ones to get paid. When it comes to rappers and singers, they get the least amount. Everybody else get paid first. Label, producers, writers, whoever else, your publisher, whoever, depending on what you're doing in the acting world, like they have publishers and people, all the people working for you, they all gonna get paid. When people go on tours, y'all, a lot of times when they go on these big major tours, some of them will be lucky if they break even. Some of them go on these tours, that people go to these concerts and all this, sometimes they break even. Sometimes the tours aren't even profitable because the amount of money that you have to pay for everything, lights, dancers, sound, all this stuff, that stuff is expensive. And my sons and my husband have worked on a lot of these concerts and stuff. They've done audio visual for a lot of the Beyonce concerts, a lot of Janet Jackson concerts. My sons worked those concerts as audio visual techs, and they were like, some of the people who work with those folks will tell you, look, man, a lot of the equipment be broken and shoddy. They gotta, because they be really taking the cheap routes out with this because it's expensive. Audio and lighting and sound is expensive. And so, a lot of them break even. And you thinking, oh, they sold this. Yeah, because people bought tickets and then they amp up the ticket sales. But that's not what they took home. Then taxes and all that. Like, so, now Beyonce happened to be on a much higher level. So she might make good money, but you'll be surprised it's not what you think. So when we talk about the rappers, they're at the bottom. The rappers, they're not making that money that's why they got to have all these endorsements and sell and promote other things to get their actual money. So a lot of these people don't realize, and yeah, it might be more money than the average person makes, but their bills aren't the average bills either. So minus their bills and all of their things that their liabilities, then they left with a small chunk of money. And this is why they're like, damn, I need a man. It's a running joke, but it's what women do. I need a man who can come and help me with this. So that's how it typically goes. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. Captain Caveman says, found out that WAP was more like a mop.
Oh my God.
Nuts. A mess. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Describing her as this vulnerable being. You literally were coming off the
Vulnerability for all your
backside.
eggs in one
Hold on.
basket.
We're coming off of the backside of she needed him for image reasons. We're coming off the backside of you getting somebody locked up over false allegations. Like I said, free Tory. We're not going to negate over that. And then you went over there trying to play. Okay, then. So what are we talking about? You went over there trying to.
In the sense of how you guys.
Megan went over there trying to play house because your PR team told you to clean up that hood rat image. Mrs. Block, we're not going to do that. She did exactly what she deserved, and I'm mad that he went over there.
Contradicting what you're saying.
How?
No, I don't.
The contradiction is you guys are all sitting here right now. No matter how you say she's a hoe, whatever she is, right? These people came together, right? beyond how I live my life, which I made clear. She went into this dynamic with somebody. Monogamy was the forset of their dynamic.
How do we know that? That's my
Monogamy
question.
should
How
never
do we
be
know
a
that?
part of it. I have to get in
that
here.
was
I'm gonna have to
that was
bogart my
that
way.
was that
I
was
gotta get in
literally on
here.
that was literally on the statement. She left him because he got cold feet.
No.
Oh, please, no, please. I literally put the statement in front of y'all faces. The
Yes,
statement
so
was
what you said is
the statement was clear. The things that she complained was, you were going through an awful season. You had mood swings and all that. You presented me to your family. You let me do all these wifely things. And then you got cold feet and you said that you doubt that you could be monogamous. So the point of contention is, once again, he sold her kind of a relationship.
No, he didn't.
And
no, he didn't.
oh my!
You was monogamous to a hoe. She's a hoe.
Okay, Fatty, are you gonna let me get up there
just
too?
one
Come on.
second. Just about 1 second, right? Let's take it out of Klay Thompson. Let's put it on Ali, right? If y'all knew, if y'all knew that Ali, this is a fictional character, right? We deem Ali as a man of character. If you found out that Ali found the girl on YouTube, he love bomber, bought her a house, brought her to his family to meet his dad, and all these, did Thanksgiving, all this shit, and right before you get to the point where we actually become a family, live together, and all this shit, when the season is over, he says, I don't think I can be monogamous, man. Right? Shouldn't you motherfucking have said it the first time so I can move along and do what I need to do? 1 second, just wrap it up. Is this man a dangerous man on society? Is the question for Mel and for Napa and Coco? Is this man a dangerous man in society? A man that will lie, cheat, and steal to get woman coochie and then change his mind and go about his business and do it again and again and again, like Klay Thompson is doing? Is this man a danger to even the good woman in society? Let's take it out of Meg.
No, because his track record is public. Y'all just told me he cheated on everybody else. So what are we talking about? Now, based off of Ali, because you used Ali. Sorry, Coco. Based off of Ali represents himself a certain way. So then that's something more to talk towards. But you guys just told me Klay has been cheating on everybody. So Megan, what the fuck you thought you was? And you was the industry pass around. You flip
it again. Let's stay on Klay. The same way we say, let's stay on Megan and talk about Megan, and we did the show about it. Let's stay on Klay. He's a man that lies his way into some coochie, love bombs you, promise you things. Is the man danger when he flips his mind and he keeps doing over and over again? Is the man dangerous for your daughter, for your sister, for every woman that actually sees?
But if we know that he's been cheating on everybody before he got to me,
the assumption
why am I asking you for monogamy?
But the assumption is that he said he's monogamous, that he's going into relationships.
You got in actions.
But he's not monogamous.
We need to talk about actions, though. And actions in history show that he cheated on, or he was with other women on everybody. What makes you so special? And you're the industry pass around.
And it's not cheating. This is the problem with women. If you know that he's worth $140 million, he's attractive. Why are you playing yourself, acting like he's not going to be with other women? If you come
because that's what he promised.
I don't think, and I think Fatty, I see what Fatty is saying. He promised. We don't know what he promised her. We wasn't there, so we don't know what he told her. He could not have told her. And then they talking like, oh, Megan, it was plastered on the screen. She said she could say whatever the hell she wanted to say. She don't have to be honest. She know that this is going to have the Bonnie Crew Societies of America in their feelings. She could say anything to make herself look good, of course. She sat on an interview with Gayle King, and Gayle asked her a clear question. Did you have a sexual affair with that man? And she said no. So what makes you think she can't lie about this? To say that to get people riled up so we could be talking about it, so women could be defending her. Come on now, she could lie. We know that man ain't never publicly came out and said, "Oh, we're in a monogamous relationship," just because she recording them at the golf course and her cooking chicken. Come on. Now, we don't know what he told her. Like we just her word against everybody. Like no, she could have lied. But anyway, child. I'm not surprised. That's why people were saying in the beginning they weren't surprised. They was giving that relationship 4 months. Even Shaquille O'Neal himself said 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. Even they understood what this was. Like, come on. And I personally, y'all, I'm telling you, I don't think Megan cared about none of that. I think she didn't get what she wanted out of the situation, and then she just put that out there. I don't think she cared. I think she was trying to get to the money, and they don't want to accept that. Captain Caveman says their assets in their ass and their liabilities is their ass. So they have no net worth. These modern day chicks are feeling relationship or feeling relationship bankruptcy. They're feeling relationship bankruptcy. Child, Captain Caveman, listen, it's a hot mess. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's just a hot mess. It's like, but once again, people just women just want to cape for this woman. This woman was trying to get with a guy she thought was nice, and that meant, oh, he gonna be obsessed with her body. She thought she could throw the coochie on him and he was gonna just do whatever, give her the money she wanted, pay for her every month, and then it didn't work out, so she had to go. I'll say it again and I'll say it again. I think when I saw him get her that Academy outfit for the golf thing, I knew this wasn't gonna last, because she was like, oh, it's not even fitted, and I would have to get it tailored. You know what I'm saying? I think she probably even realized too, oh, this ain't gonna work. And then somebody said he bought her that car. Well, he got the car for her to have temporarily. That probably was never something that she was gonna keep in the first place, because as soon as they broke up or whatever, he had somebody come and get that car and take it back. But I'm saying, these men have money. Doing something nice for her is not unusual. They'll do stuff nice for you and buy you things and all that, of course, because they can. It doesn't mean that you're a completely mean guy. It's just, I don't think he was in it for the long haul. And I somehow, in my mind, I don't believe that it was that. I think as the viewing public, we assume and we lead, we make our own conclusions about stuff, but we really don't know what the ins and outs are really about. So we just guessing, like everybody. We're just guessing. We don't really know. And my guess is, I don't think it was this monogamous relationship. I think, they were doing something, and she, like women typically do, they start getting their feelings and thinking, oh, I could probably make this more into what it is. Or I might, who knows, this might be my husband. And, you get with him and knowing you really don't want to be with him, but you marry him because, if you marry him, give him a baby and then divorce him, you come up. Come on. I don't think it's no different. And I don't think it's any different just because it's Megan Thee Stallion. I think it's just like any other situation that we see. Let's continue.
Sir.
That's
no, I want to hear about promises.
But that's the default. Men shouldn't be promising monogamy to women.
Wait. You know what's going to happen, Napa? Uninterrupted, Napa.
I never can always think it's weird.
Friends,
it is so fucking weird how I start talking and get cut off.
Napa, I'm trying to protect you so you can talk.
All right, go ahead.
Once I sell you a dream and fly you out to Portugal and say that you are going to be the mother of my kids and tell you all these beautiful things in Europe, and then I fucking kick you out of the curve and send you back to motherfucking Milwaukee, don't cry about fatty. Don't cry about me selling you a motherfucking dream, put some hopes and dreams on your head, and then ship you back to your mama and daddy. That's one of the most foul shit that a man can do to a woman, is promise her a dream and then turn around and says, got you. Go ahead and go home. But go ahead and please, go ahead. The same way these women are caping for bad woman, go ahead and cape for bad man. Y'all got this.
But yeah, well, how do you know if he's a bad man? And how do you know he promised her that? That's the thing we don't know. Did he promise her that just because she said it? Did he say, hey, Megan, I want you to be my wife. I want to commit to you and have babies with you. Now, I would love to hear it. Now, if he told her all that, literally told her, I want to commit to you and I want to be with you forever. Or did he say, hey, let's just see where it's going to go? I don't know what it is. I'm not calling it. Let's just see where it goes. Because if we're going to really be real, a lot of times these men don't be telling these women that. They don't be telling them, oh, I want to marry you and be with you. You're going to be my wife. They be telling them, let's just be cool, be easy. Let's just have fun. And they have fun, and the women take it that, oh, okay, if we're going to have fun, and then it's going to eventually lead to marriage. Women tell themselves that a lot of times. We don't know if that man told her that. Let's continue.
Pun interrupted. Now, pun interrupted, and then Mel, you can respond. Go ahead.
Just real quick, Nepal, I'm sorry. I apologize. And I don't mean to override you.
Go ahead.
But, damn, I just lost. Fuck. Go ahead, Nepal. I just lost what I was going to say to what Fatty said. Oh, he can't be selling you a dream when you didn't do what you were supposed to do in the first place, which is hold out until you got what he said he was going to give you.
Thank you.
So if you gave him
God.
the coochie, what is he doing wrong to you? If you really wanted to be a wife, you would have made him wait. If you wanted to make sure you was going to get the ring and all that other shit, you wasn't supposed to be popping that ass, little Miss Walk. And I land there.
You.
Somebody else can.
Wow. Oh my God. That is
That
exactly what I was going to say. Why are you flying out giving coochie away? Like you calling it coochie. You're supposed to listen. Let me just take it. I need to take my time because I've been wanting to talk about this. She finally had the guy. And then she was doing the sex, moving in the house, everything besides becoming a wife. Everything. Then she wants to cry because a man who is like worth $140 million and about 30 women are in his DMs a day. She's crying because he went and had sex with his ex. I said this before. No, I don't think you guys are listening. It's not cheating if you lay down the rules. And you got to understand the rules. Remember the question, you want love or you want understanding? If I'm with a man who's worth half that, even an eighth of that, I know that he's going to have other women. And I'm Megan Thee Stallion. I've been twerking with my WAP. I've been getting my, putting men in jail. I've got this reputation. And then I finally grabbed the guy that's quality. We could go places. He might become senator or governor one day in the future. But what do? Because he had sex with someone else, I'm going to go on the internet like a typical 304 autistic prostitute and start talking about, oh, I got this, y'all. And that's why people don't respect Black women. I want to get on this. We got Black women on the internet acting like clowns, proud to say they're effing everybody. They don't want to be ladies. It's not about how you look, Ali. I told you, brother, it's the way they are. They're proud to be prostitutes. They think they deserve high value guys like Klay Thompson's high value. And once these used up women get these high value men, they have the audacity to say, oh, he cheated on me. We'll see this autistic prostitute in 5 years doing the same thing that Megan did.
Listen, baby, no lies detected. I agree with what she's saying because it's the truth. And people are just in their feelings because it's Megan Thee Stallion. And they put so much, they hyping her up. They put so much into her like she's special and that she's not like any other woman. And she's no different. She's no different. There aren't a different set of rules that apply to her versus everybody else when it comes to what men want. And I think that's what they were shocked when Beyonce got cheated on. They're gonna be shocked when all this because they think, oh, she's so beautiful. She just that don't stop. If the man gonna cheat, he gonna cheat. And a lot of times they be knowing this. They know that these men exercise their options and that they can't do anything about it. And they stay with him. Beyonce ain't left Jay-Z, even though there are reports that she's talking about it. Allegedly, but I mean, child, it's just crazy. But anyway, Cabin Caveman, thank you for the super chat, says he decided to leave after that Thanksgiving mush she served. Pops lied to be nice, talking about she can be a chef. His white mama even needed hot sauce, child.
Oh my God.
Damn, I didn't even look that deep into it, Cabin Caveman. Shit, well, I'm glad you noticed all of that. Thank you, Captain K-Man, once again for this super chat. I appreciate you. 87 Stephen X says, these women watch too many Disney princess movies looking for Prince Charming, LOL. Yeah, but they don't want to be the princess. They don't want to act like the princess. They acting like the 304 version of a princess. They don't want to be the princess, though. They want Prince Charming, but they're not, the beautiful fit, and they damn sure ain't fit like the princesses. These are the overweight lovers in the house version of the princesses. You get what I'm saying? You want a prince, but you're not even nowhere near looking like the princess. You come stand next to the Disney princess, child, you look like a big old sumo wrestler compared to the princess. I mean, hell, maybe they should take some of that something from the princess to say, damn, we need to lose some weight, huh? At least we can be fit like the prince. None of them fit. You can fit 4 of the princesses inside one of these women. How small the princess is, how big a lot of these women are. So they don't even take from that to say, let's get in shape. If we want our prince, the prince is nice and fit and money and all of this stuff. And the princess is slim and gorgeous and put together. And y'all coming up here coming short. Like, come on, learn something from the damn Disney princess if you're going to pick that, because they ain't learning nothing. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. So, it's just, yeah, it's all over the place once again, y'all. Pharaoh says, you got that speaking woman number, D. She can be my dominatrix. Meg isn't autistic. She's, I can't say that word. Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Well, didn't they say she said she was autistic, child? Thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Didn't they say she said she was? And I'm not laughing at a person being autistic. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, I think they're delusional. I think a lot of people are just delusional, especially women. J-Rock 8701 says, you missed my earlier super chat, DeeDee. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Because I do tend to. That's why I try to do them right away, y'all, because I will miss some. I am so sorry. Let's go back. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all. J-Rock, there you go. Thank you for the super chat. J-Rock 8701 says, first of all, we don't know if Klay really cheated. Right. Everyone is taking Megan's word as gospel. After all she did admit to lying to Gayle King on national TV and got Tory hemmed up on false charges. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. If you've publicly lied and a lot of your stories don't add up, why would I just take your word for something and just jump on it and start running with it? No, if you could lie about other things, you certainly could lie about this. So I don't understand it. But, once again, they hate to even admit that she cheated too. Nobody's talking about that. They don't ever want to talk about the fact that she had to lie because she was allegedly cheating on her boyfriend at the time with Tory, and she didn't want nobody to know, but then had to come back later and clarify it or clear that up. But you lied on national TV. So, I mean, come on. Why wouldn't she lie about something like this? Thank you, J-Rock 8701. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, I just think it's just ridiculous. Once again, what they're seeing in real time is that it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, it doesn't matter who you are, no matter how cute, how fine you think you are, all of that. If you are running around here like a 304, then that's the type of treatment and attention that you're going to get. Now, you know what I'm saying? And if you want a man to take you seriously, you got to present yourself in a certain way, and you got to be intentional, and you got to make sure that you're presenting yourself right. Because these men ain't going to just run to marry. They're going to just have fun with you. And if your intentions are having fun, then make that known. Look, let them know. But let them know if you want money for your fun. If you selling it, let them know. Because a lot of times these women don't state their intentions either, and then they get mad when they don't get what they eventually want. Because eventually they all want commitment from a goofy. Because I say goofy because you want a dude to run behind you and be obsessed with your body and all that. And every woman think their coochie is just the best thing since sliced bread. Every woman thinks that she got the magic coochie that's gonna just find these men and they're gonna get them and they're gonna just, ooh, it's so good. I don't want nobody else. And when that don't happen, they confused. Like these ninjas are just sad. And all they do is cheat. No, they was never cheating. They just never was committed to you. And they always talking about they got the gripper and the gripper coochie and all this kind of stuff. Well, apparently it ain't enough. It ain't enough to lock the man down. He just go get other gripper coochies, right? He go get other, coochies that's so good. He just want them all. He don't want just yours. You ain't special enough for him to want to just be. To me, I think a woman have to be a special woman. I think the man really have to really love you and really want to be with you to commit to you like that. Because you know how they be saying, like, men by nature are not monogamous, right? It's a choice. So if it's a choice, he has to make that choice to be with one woman for the rest of his life and be with just her. When he know if he's an attractive guy and women are coming after him, when he know that he can have other options, he'll turn them down for you. You got to be hell of a woman, in my opinion. I think you got to be a hell of a woman for a man to decide to just be with you for the rest of his life. I do. I think you must be real special to him. So when women be talking about marriage ain't nothing. No, I think for a man to take you seriously for marriage and commit to you in that way and really want to just be with you, you got to be special. Because if these men have options, they could get all the coochie in the world. They don't, it's not something they have to do. So for them to want to do it, you must be special to them. And this is why I say these women aren't special enough. These men gonna exercise their options because they can, and they don't see you as nothing special that will make them deter from that. Where they say, put all the women aside and say, you know what? I'm done with y'all. I want to be with her. And she's not that chick. Not for him. Captain Caveman say, oh, laughing my A off.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, Captain Caveman, it's just a mess. JSU Tiger 07 says, I miss your super chat too. Damn. Which one? Hold on. Let me go back. I don't want to miss them, y'all, because which way is that? Let me see. But yeah, they be all of them think that they got the magic coochie. Ain't no damn magic. You ain't got no magic coochie. These men don't want just no magic coochie. You can have the magic coochie, but you gotta have something else too. Your magic coochie clearly is not enough. There ain't enough wop in the world for the man to want to take you seriously when you've given that wop to everybody else. JSU Tiger, thank you for this super chat. JSU Tiger 07 says most recording artist revenue comes from touring. Exactly. A lot of them. And listen, my husband worked in that business for years, right? He worked in the music business for a long time, doing music and also producing. So the thing about it is, yes, you are absolutely right. Touring, that's where they get the money from. A lot of them don't make money from the records. It's the touring. But the funny thing now there are 360 deals. So with the 360 deal, the labels even get a cut of that. There was a time when there weren't 360 deals where the artists would get just the full revenue from the tours, but now they got to split the tour as well with the labels. So now you get a percentage of your own tour. So they don't even get all of that. So people got to realize the record business is exactly a business. And when you come into it, you don't bring your own money into it. The labels front everything. They pay for a lot of times they pay for the tour. A lot of times they pay for to make the records, produce the producers and all those writers you got to pay. They pay for the studio time. Well, that's how it used to be. And I think they may still do it now, but a lot of times people now have their own studios, but they still, they want you to use their studios and all this kind of stuff. And the way the artists get the least amount of the money. And yes, the tours are where they make their money. But if you under a 360 deal, now you share in that revenue as well. Thank you, JSU Tiger 07. I appreciate you. Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into that. So yeah, if you put out a lot of records, you make a lot of money, then you could stand to make more. But if you're a rapper and you're not really pulling shows, big shows and selling, millions and millions and millions of records, you might make a nice salary, because that's what it end up being. You get a nice little salary of a certain amount, but it don't be what people be thinking. And then once you pay everybody and you pay Uncle Sam, then you got to go and do some more work. You got to go do some sponsorships. You got to go do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And typically when women in the business realize that, they got to attach to a man with some money. A man with some money. I'm just saying. Because that'll help them out. Cabin K-Man, I missed your super chat too, did I? I hope I didn't. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. We're going to move on to the next topic. Captain K-Man says he decided to leave after that Thanksgiving mush. She served. Pops lied to be nice, talking about she can be a chef. His white mama even needed hot sauce. I thought I read that one. I hope I didn't miss. Did I miss another one? Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. We gonna move on, y'all. Captain K, man, you gotta stop joking. Now I know you got me searching through the damn super chats looking for yours. you joking. Why would you wasting my time? Why would you do that? Anyway. Let's move on, y'all. I want to pull up this basically this is this little quick video talking about Kevin Hart. I didn't even know Kevin Hart's wife was filing for divorce, child. Listen to this.
So allegedly, the internet is shaking, but we'll see what's going on here. So allegedly, Kevin Hart's wife, Aniko Hart, allegedly filed for divorce from Kevin Hart because he keeps sending money to his children. So the article that I read said that he sends about $30,000 a month to these children. And Aniko Hart has a problem with it. Basically saying that the kids are older now and that they can take care of themselves. I think he should have personally got rid of this bitch a long time ago. This bitch knew that you had a wife. She knew all that. I don't feel bad when home wreckers feel like their homes are being wrecked. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for anybody that sleeps with married men. I don't feel allegedly we're going to use. I just don't. I'm just letting you know the truth. And for any woman that thinks a man should stop taking care of his adult children, you are the problem. Unless you guys are struggling or going without, which you're clearly not if he has $30,000 to drop on those kids, thinking that he should spend it on their kids. How much more money do your fucking kids need, Aniko? Get this gold digging bitch out of my face immediately, please. I'm annoyed. Kevin, leave her.
Now, I'm looking up some reports real quick. They're saying Aniko Hart has not filed for divorce from her husband, Kevin Hart, while internet rumors recently circulated on social media claiming she filed due to a dispute over his financial support for his older children. These claims are entirely unfounded and no credible legal filings or official announcements have been made. So they're saying that that is not true, even though there are allegations and people saying that she's filed. They're saying that she has not filed. Now, maybe she has not filed in the courts yet, but maybe she's gearing up to file, allegedly. But they're saying allegedly she hasn't filed as of late. But if she was trying to file for divorce because he's spending too much money on his kids, baby, that'll be a tough titty. That man, he's taking care of his children. He's worked hard and made money. So why wouldn't he take care of his two older kids? Because, you know, he have two older, a son and a daughter from his previous marriage. Why wouldn't he be able to send money to his kids if that was the issue? That's a selfish mentality. But once again, and they're saying this, she hasn't filed, that this is an alleged situation, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes up again, you know, if it comes back up that she is deciding to get a divorce, because I just wouldn't be surprised. You know, what's his name? Cat Williams talked about these celebrities always end up with some type of light-skinned woman that they pick for these people or whatever, and that they don't really be into these folks. They're just there as a prop or something like that, and then they end up getting a divorce. Well, we see that happening. We actually see a lot of that happening, but I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of these women, allegedly, I'm going to say, are in it for the money. They're not in it for love and for the right reasons. Most of these people see dollar signs. They don't be there because they really love these men and really want to be with them for real, for real. They're there because it's a level up for them. You can win. You can level up and be with these guys and have a really good life. I'm just saying. Let's listen to this little clip right here.
Want Klay Thompson with Megan Thee Stallion because we knew what she would be capable of doing to him. She could lie on a man and he's sent to prison and he was nearly on his deathbed. That Megan Thee Stallion is who you guys are defending? The only people who know Megan Thee Stallion are the women who go to the clubs and like to be degraded. Because that's exactly what Megan Thee Stallion music is. It's literally just degrading music. She's degrading you guys in her music, and you guys don't care. Because y'all are alike.
Yeah, but and I forgot about that clip because she was talking about Megan Thee Stallion and how, you know, basically saying the things we already know. You know, I mean, I agree with what she's saying. The whole Megan thing is crazy. The whole alleged filing of divorce with Kevin Hart's wife is crazy as well too. But it's all going to come out in the wash. You know, we end up seeing this stuff happen. This is why a lot of men don't want to get married now, because they don't trust women. They don't trust that these women are in it for the right reasons. And why would you waste your time, energy, and resources marrying and going through all of that process for a woman to just wake up one day and feel like she tired and she just like, oh, well, this doesn't serve me anymore. You ain't do nothing wrong. I'm just tired of being with you. All right, I'm out. And let me take half your shit with you. That's why these men don't want to marry now. They're making it bad for the women out here who want marriage, or for the men who are thinking about marriage. They're becoming more and more skeptical because they're like, there's no nothing. She could appear to be the best woman since sliced bread, but then she turn around and turn into this other hellion and take you for everything that you're worth. So I don't blame men, even though y'all know I'm all for marriage, but I don't blame men for not wanting it, because not with these types of women. Because why would I push that when I know that these women are out here just trying to take you for what you have? They're not in it for the right reasons. I wouldn't even tell my sons to go marry some old damn big booty hyena just because she got a big booty and then she try to use and abuse you. Hell no. Keep it moving. I'd rather you be single. Hell. Captain Caveman says, what is that talking? You a trip. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Pharaoh says, is that trans ET? Y'all wrong for this. Oh my God. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Y'all a hot mess. For real. Wait a minute. Y'all a hot mess. For real, for real. But yeah, thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's just stupid. Don't deal with these Bonnet Crew Societies of America, child. Members, live your life. Hell, do what you gotta do, and don't take these women seriously, because they don't be in it for they always want men to prove to them what they need to measure up to. No, make them prove it. You gotta prove it. How about that? However that look, you gotta do something to prove to me that you ain't just trying to, you really want something real with me. You really care. Because other than that, child, I don't know what else to say. All right, we're going to move on. I got one more clip I want to share with y'all before we wrap this up. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. 197 watching. We got 146 likes. Somebody didn't hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I want to get to this video because I saw this one and I'm finally going to get to it. And I want to get y'all thoughts. So make sure you leave your thoughts in the chat. You guys, make sure you hit the like button. Here we go.
Okay, like you looking for love. Those tattoos.
Here we go, child.
Okay, like you looking for love. Those tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How many tattoos do you have?
7.
7. Are those all butterflies?
No. Well, this is like a collage.
Okay.
Butterfly, Hello Kitty, my child's name, and I'm a Gemini.
Okay. All right. So is your name Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How old are you?
I hate when they be telling they sign and it's my sign. Because I'm a Gemini and people be saying Geminis are crazy. Look, don't put me in that, to each his own. If you've experienced a crazy Gemini, that's your experience. I am a little crazy, but I don't subscribe to that, okay? I don't subscribe to that. And if you keep calling yourself crazy, baby, you will end up being crazy, okay? So I don't subscribe to the crazy Geminis. But yeah, and I don't subscribe to the whole sign thing. I think that's foolish. But they say Geminis are crazy. I will admit I'm a tiny bit, and it's a twin sign and I am a twin. So there's something to it, but I don't subscribe to that. Just want to let y'all know that I don't subscribe to it. I don't believe in it. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but I just wanted to say that. But let's continue.
I'm 31.
31.
Well,
and what you do?
June
You'll be 31?
Mm-hmm. June
30, 31. So you're 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you a Gemini or a Taurus?
Gemini.
You're a Gemini. Okay, so you're 30, Gemini. Her birthday. Well, you 2 months away, girl. We still in April.
Right, but it's the year.
I feel you. My birthday's in 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks. Okay. Ashley, 30, Gemini. You said you have a kid. You have one kid?
I have 3 boys.
3 boys. How old are your 3 boys?
9, 8, and 2. Well, he'll be 3 in September.
Say again?
He'll be 3 in September.
9, 8, 2. All by the same man?
No, I have 2 baby fathers.
Okay. Girl, just tell me the age in this moment.
Oh, 2, 7, and 9.
Okay, got you. 2 baby daddies. You ever been married?
No.
Why you not with the 2-year-old dad?
Because he's very toxic. He lied and manipulated me to even get me. He lied about everything, including his name. So I just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How long did you date him before you found everything out?
He kind of got mad and like blurted everything out. like we got in an argument, but this was like back in 2022. So
before you got pregnant.
See, that means Kendra asking too many damn questions. Kendra, she probably like, Kendra, why are you asking all these damn questions?
Why are you asking all these damn questions, Kendra?
They don't like when Kendra start asking. They like the old Kendra, where Kendra was on their side completely. Kendra not all the way on the other side, but Kendra like she said, she's been doing this 6 years now, so she get the foolery. They hate when she asks them questions and put 2 and 2 together, because now it's going to expose you. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh says, you fluffy D, don't worry. Pharaoh, I'm trying not to be fluffy because I like to eat cake. I ate cake before I started this live, and now I'm regretting it already. Damn. The cake, and I made the cake too. So I made a cake last night. I wanted cake. Just made a simple vanilla cake with some vanilla frosting. Made it. It was delicious too. Now I have to work out. I'm gonna go exercise after this live, child, because Lord knows I need to slim down a little bit. But thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Captain Caveman says, a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. We're not crazy, just extreme. Either extremely loving, or let's just say I'm not a killer, but don't push me. LOL. Ooh! Captain Caveman, listen, I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Ooh, that hit a spot. You're right. I feel the same way. Like, nah, I'm not gonna start nothing, but I could finish it. I'm not messy, and I'm not starting shit with people, but I'm not gonna let you just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a nice person. I think I'm a nice person. I think I'm fairly nice. I don't be mean to people at all. You gotta talk like that when you say it, so it's believable. I gotta talk like this in order to prove I'm nice. I'm nice. I really am a nice person. But I am, though. I'm just playing. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Oh, Lord, y'all a trip. Doc Smith 6314 says, DeeDee, I like your podcast, and you look better than Megan Thee Stallion, and maybe you can try a new movie podcast and see Mortal Kombat 2 on May 8th. Mortal Kombat 2. Actually, I think I saw the trailer for that. I think my son wants to see that. Sure, I would definitely check it out. I love movies. That's my thing. Yes. I'll take a break and give me a snack and chill out and watch movies. That's what I love to do. I love to watch movies. I love to chill out, child. I ain't outside. I don't really like being outside. I like to be in my own home, relax with a snack. I just don't need too many snacks. My husband used to call me Snacks, by the way. But yeah, I would definitely. I think I saw a trailer for that movie. I would definitely check it out. Thank you, Doc Smith. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
So basically, he lied, which is fair.
Okay,
Hold on. He lied, which okay. He manipulated you, okay. You ain't know his name, okay. But you found it all out before you got pregnant by him, girl.
No, I didn't even know I was pregnant until I was 4 months. So essentially, we met on Hinge. He matched.
But you slept with him. That's what she's saying. You jumped the gun and you slept with him, but you didn't know. Then you found out his real name and all of that. And then, you know what I mean? It's just like jumping too fast. And in every situation, these women always say they were manipulated and they didn't know nothing. They act like they was a deer in headlights. But other than that, on social media, they're so tough and bold and bad and they know everything. And then they be wrong about that. And the stuff that y'all should be focused on, you don't be, but you still make the same excuse. Oh, he's manipulating me. Y'all old as hell a lot of times and be still talking about being manipulated by a man. Why don't y'all put those degrees to use? They taught you how to research stuff, right, in college, right? So can't you research and look up some shit and see if something adding up before you go throw your body underneath his and then claim he took advantage of you? And then he got you pregnant. All of a sudden, all the true colors came out once you had the baby. Why? That doesn't make sense, seeing as y'all say that men don't be having no relationship with the baby. So why does it, all the crazy shit happens after you done lay down and got pregnant by him? And now all of a sudden he's the Terminator. and then he just walks completely off. He don't care about you, the kids, or nothing. I don't be getting that. I don't understand that. It don't be adding up. Really. 87 Stephen X, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, birthday with the full moon, all hell break loose. Child. Thank you, 87 Stephen X. I appreciate you for the super chat. Irving Hunt, thank you for the super chat. Says testing. This won't let me write what I want to. Hey, DeeDee. Hey, Irvin, what's going on? What? Try it again. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't know what they're doing with the super chat, y'all, but I appreciate the support. Pharaoh Ishmael again says, being Taurus is ironic. I'm not best looking, but they be blessed giving me the draws. Luckily, foreign women think I look good. All right. I know that's right, Pharaoh. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I know that's right, Pharaoh. Yeah. Let's continue. But the only thing is, Pharaoh, they put too much stock in these signs. They use that to eliminate men on the Pop the Balloon show. Oh, I dated a this one and that one, and he was just this. Every man is not gonna be the same though. They take this sign thing too far, in my opinion. Too far. But these be the ones do that, and then you go get with a dude, sleep with him, get pregnant by him, and then he turned into the devil, and then and then he leave you alone. So you won't date a guy because he's a Taurus or whatever sign that you feel is bad, but then you go get with another guy, and he just do you straight dirty, and you didn't see none of that happening. It just don't make sense, y'all. Let's continue. Hit the like button, y'all.
With me, we met that same.
Hold on now. We got 191 people watching, y'all. Only 159 likes. So hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's continue.
Night. So how I got pregnant is, when you connect with somebody, we were together like nonstop for 2 weeks. I end up finding out, like hot and heavy.
Well, girl, I'm not sleeping with nobody I only know for 2 weeks though.
I mean, my mindset was, it's just like when you connect with a person, like you feel like you know them like longer. And like I said, like we were together for 2 weeks straight. So it was just like,
So do you take responsibility for your part? Because that was too fast.
Sure. I played it back in my mind. Like prior to me meeting him, me and my baby daddy, to my first 2 kids, were like in like a complicated spot. Like he was messing with somebody else. I didn't know. I thought we were trying to work it out. So when I played it back, I'm like, oh, he was a rebound. So I wasn't emotionally stable per se. And then, like I said, after, we were still kind of complicated. And then after connecting with somebody like so strongly and so fast, I was like, oh, okay. Kind of like went with the flow. That was a bad mistake because, like I said, I want to say a month after that, he lied about his name, his age, how many kids he had, like everything.
Well, girl, of course he did. You ain't know that man.
But no, here's the thing. But here's the thing. I never had a person lie about their name.
I mean,
but that's a profile. It was like it was just weird. I never encountered someone who lied about, like, if I ask you what is your name, like I don't expect you to give me a whole completely different name. If I ask you when you were born, I don't expect you to give me a whole completely different birthday. If I ask you how many kids you have, I don't expect you to say 1, you have 6. So I don't know. It was just weird to me. I never.
Okay, so don't cut me off in this moment. But you ain't know him. That's the whole point. You got intimate with a man who you didn't take enough time to get to know in any way. So at the end, don't cut me off. Because you keep trying to cut me off. 2 weeks, girlfriend. You don't know nothing about nobody in 2 weeks, child. Like what does Steve Harvey say? It takes 90 days on the job before they give you health care. So you just gotta, I'm not defending him in no way because he lied. But what I'm saying is you moved too fast to because you're telling me in 4 months of knowing him, you got pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he would have, because here's the thing, like when I get to know someone, because that's essentially when you get to meet someone, you ask questions to get to know them. I don't expect the person to lie about everything I ask you, number one. And number two, if he would have told me he has 6 kids, he would have been friend zoned right away.
And that's why he ain't tell you, and that's why you got to take responsibility. Hold on. Ain't nobody, he lied because he didn't want you to know everything because he knew you would be out. But that's why we got to take self-accountability and vet longer, because at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be on you, right? So it's like, I'm not defending his
accountability for my actions. Like I said, I wasn't in the like mental space. I was just, you know, I just found out my baby daddy had tried to put me in a triangle. So like when like I said, the reason why I was like so hot and heavy is because this is the first person, me and my baby daddy have been together since 2017. So this is the first person I actually had a strong connection with prior to him. So, you know, I thought it was gonna go somewhere. And like I said, well, we met that same night, we matched, and we was together for like 3 weeks. That's how I got pregnant. But yeah, so it was just, yeah.
So when she says match, that means like on a dating site, right? You match with the person on a dating site. She talking about from a dating site. Am I tripping? So I'm thinking that's what she's saying. She said we matched. So that means you met him on a dating site. Y'all met up and you was with him for 3 weeks straight. And y'all just was raw dogging it for 3 weeks straight. Okay, cool. And you didn't know nothing about him. His name could have been Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am. Shit. It didn't matter at that point. She's an attractive woman. He liked what he saw. She apparently liked what she saw. And it was like, let's do this. And that's what you did for 3 weeks and you got pregnant and that was that. That sounds like just a hookup. You didn't get to know him at all. It was about, oh, come on, let's get it. And y'all got it. Now what? How did he manipulate you when you jumped with him so quickly after matching with him? Like, no, women got to stop making it seem like every situation is a manipulation by the man. No, hell, yeah, a lot of y'all manipulate men too. You manipulated him too, probably. Hell, you just knew what you wanted and then you want to turn it into something else because it doesn't look good. So when it looks bad, oh, he manipulated me. You know, when it looks good, oh, it was my choice. Like, you know what I mean? Like if something good happens, you take the credit. If something bad happens, oh, it's his fault. That's an old narrative that they keep pushing and people aren't buying it. Let's continue.
But Ashley, let me jump in. You didn't have a strong connection because it was a lie. I'm trying to get you. You had strong chemistry. You had strong, what is it called? Lust.
Right.
You had strong excitement. But we have to rewrite these words, because when you say stuff, I had strong chemistry. No, you don't know nobody in 2 weeks. Okay. It's all fantasy land, and hot and heavy. He might've been attractive and you know, that's fair, but long-term stuff to really build with somebody, you ain't learning that in 2 weeks.
Right. And then on top of that, you know, I was 26 when I met him. So this is not like me now. This is like I said, a while ago. And again, I wasn't emotionally ready for anything, to be honest. Like me looking back, you're right, 100%. I'm not defending anything. That's why right now I'm abstinence. Like I'm not even, you know, I'm like a whole different, I'm, you know, gonna be 31. Like, you know, I'm not like this. My mindset now, it's not like, and then again, that was the first time ever in my life I had a person lie about everything. So that was kind of like a new kind of like, and then the only reason why I found out is when he got mad and disclosed everything. He was in a whole relationship. So it's just like, it was a lot going on. I take myself accountable, but
this sound like a hookup. There was no real relationship. They hooked up for 3 weeks. She got pregnant, and that's that. That's what it wasn't a relationship. It wasn't an established relationship. He wanted the draws. She wanted what he pulled out his draws. And she didn't protect herself. She was hot and heavy off of a previous relationship. She said it, and they were just screwing, raw dogging. Y'all raw dogged and got a baby, and that was it. There was no real other chemistry besides the sexual chemistry y'all had together. That's it. There was no real connection in any other way. Clearly the connection was just, oh, you look hot, I look hot, let's do it. We're gonna be hot together. That's it. There was no real stable connection. That's all that was. I mean, anybody could see Ray Charles could see that. You wanted sex, he wanted sex, and that was it. What else is there to it? There's no more, you can't add or take anything more from it. That's just what it was. But they be trying to make it into something else. And it just was a hookup. A hookup. That's all. And you got pregnant. Let's continue.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Okay. Let me just, I'm listening to you. I gotta just change the YouTube show start time, because I can tell we about to be with Ashley for a second, child. Ashley, okay. So that's over. That's over. You mentioned you're abstinent. You're abstinent until marriage or relationship.
Marriage. No.
Marriage. So now you're abstinent to marriage.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been practicing? How long you been abstinent for?
Now it is. I started February of last year, so about like a month and some change. I mean, a year and some change.
A year and some change.
It's April, gonna be May, so yeah.
Listen, I respect your choice, and I feel like, but you know, you going from one extreme to the next. So now you went from. Hold on, Ashley, don't cut me off. I'm gonna let you talk. We're gonna. You can respond after. It's your life, so you can stand in it. But it's gonna be definitely 2 weeks. Hot and heavy, all of that is way too fast. Now the new requirement is wedding, and then some men might say you have 3 kids, including a 2-year-old, and I have to agree to be stepfather to these children without having sex with you until the wedding night. So I think they're both extremes, but it's your world. Are you dead set? Are you dead set unless you're a wife, you're not having sex again?
Oh, absolutely. I found, I always had God, but I like a year, like when you go through life, right?
Girl, child. You could almost know, you almost can just repeat or just speak ahead of what they about to say. It's that bad. Captain K-Man says GTD got the draws, child. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Captain K-Man, once again for the super chat. Malcolm in the Middle, 8777. Thank you for the super chat. Says, like being a single mother. If the child turns out a millionaire, they salute the single mother. Exactly. If the child turns out to be a jailbird, they blame the father that wasn't in his life. Facts on top of facts. I've seen it my whole life. That's exactly how they move. And unfortunately, a lot of them be blaming the baby daddies because a lot of the children don't turn out that great. And the ones that do, yes. Oh, because see, mama was here. And yeah, mama made sure he had all his schoolwork done. Be lying to hell, lying through their goddamn missing teeth. They be sitting there drinking, legs open, acting like men, sitting back, not really doing nothing. That child, a lot of times they be lying. I'm not saying this is everybody, but I've seen some ratchet stuff. A lot of them, the women be lying. They didn't contribute. Them children had mentors and teachers and stuff like that that helped them to develop where they wanted to go and help them. And they'll tell you themselves. But mama be standing up there big as ever, trying to take the credit and be lying too. Didn't contribute to nothing. You didn't go to that man's school events or help them or nothing, but be ready to take the credit and lying to people. Facts. Thank you, Malcolm in the Middle. I appreciate you. Nothing but facts. I'm telling you. And I want to stop saying all because that should be automatically known. But I've seen a lot of that happen. I'm telling you. And it don't be what and the children know it. But some of them just roll with the punches because they can't disrespect mom. They gotta let her lie in peace. Child. It's a mess. The J Wit podcast. Thank you for the super chat. Says your commentary is killing me. Please keep doing these. This woman is a full trip. Thank you, the J Wit podcast. I appreciate you so much for being here and for supporting the channel. Thank you. It'd be a mess though, y'all. Let's continue.
And it's like everything is like happening at once, and it's like, woe is me. But it's just like also like you're living in sin, right? So it's like, how could you blame anything but yourself? So you got to reevaluate yourself, look at yourself, and then like, I believe in God. Once I strengthen my relationship with God, it's like I'm following everything in the Bible. I stopped smoking. I barely drank, but I don't drink anymore. It's just like, I stopped doing a lot of stuff. So the person I'm looking for is a God-fearing man, number one, who's on the same path as me. I'm not looking for anything else, period. Because that's how you get situationships, I feel. So
yeah, I don't agree with situationships. So you don't got listen, I think, I do get women that have the no sex to marriage rule, and it's your life. So I just know, like I told you, you're going to be everywhere. So that's definitely going to be a discussion of you being celibate to your wedding night. But let's continue. What do you do for a living, Ashley?
I work for the state. I'm in Georgia, so Peach State.
So Ashley, Georgia, and you work for the state?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think I have it all. So we got Ashley, 30, Gemini, mom of 3 boys. She's in Georgia, works for the States. 2 baby daddies, never married. No sex until her wedding night. What kind of man you looking for?
A God-fearing man, number one. You know, you gotta love Jesus. A man who respects his mom. I feel like, because that's, if you don't respect your mom, you could never respect me. A man is just like, you know.
Let me ask y'all this question, just out of curiosity. Answer in the chat for me. Do you think if a man disrespects his mother that he can't respect women in general? Just asking. And, you know, does it depend on the context of the situation? Does it depend on the situation? Does it depend on, what if you have a disrespectful mother? Do you think that if you have a mother that's disrespectful, that wasn't in your life, or treated you horribly, that you should still honor her with respect, or your parent or whoever? Like they say mothers, because if you disrespect your mother, you can't respect another woman. Do y'all agree with that? Do you think that if you disrespect your mother, you can't respect any other woman? Do you think are men incapable of respecting women if they've disrespected their mother in the past? Or do you think they've disrespected the mother because the mother maybe have disrespected them, or there was something that warranted that disrespect? Of course, it depends on the situation. Yeah, it depends. So it depends on the situation. You can still believe in God and have tattoos, but she got a lot from what I see. Okay, that was a whole other thing. What's going on, Whitney? How are you? So City of Trees says it depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. Why they don't say anything about their father, right? Because the fathers probably weren't there, Deezy. Too often people never get credit when Georgia. She cool. Agree. That's false. It depends on the context. My friend had a disrespectful mother and he is married, respects his lady. Exactly. Artifact says no. You can respect women, right? People call everything disrespectful. If you call them out on bullcrap, whole time the man was straightforward. Exactly. That's individual relationships. Never did. Yeah, I think it depends on the situation too. I don't think that just because, because who said it? They will call something disrespectful when you respond to disrespect. When you respond, to what somebody else is doing you. As a child, you have no other choice but to accept what you have, who you have for parents, and how they've treated you, and what you are the innocent victim in a situation when you are a child. When you become an adult, whether you're a male or female, you make decisions in your life, and I don't think that you just innately, just go out, if you're not a disrespectful person, that if you don't respect your mother, doesn't make you a full disrespectful person. No, I think it means that but depending on the situation, she could have done something to you that was clearly wrong and out of bounds. And as an adult, you don't have to sit there and take it because you are an adult. You don't have to deal with them. And this is why there's a lot of strain on mothers and fathers and sons and daughters relationships, because some of these parents were not good parents. And the children couldn't do anything when they were younger, but when they get older, they distance themselves from them because they don't want to deal with that toxic nature. So a lot of times these parents are toxic in nature and they're very disrespectful and they treat you any old kind of way. And you as the grown child supposed to stand there and take it because that's your parent. I don't believe in that, because what that does is it takes away from your peace and what you're trying to do in your life. You may be a man who can have your own family and you're trying to raise your own family. You don't need that toxicity in your life, even if it's coming from your mother. That's because she has never learned how to develop herself and become better. So I don't think you have to be subjected to that. That's why I don't agree with this whole, if you don't love your mother, you can't love a woman. That's some bullshit. And like who was that? Pointed out. C. Irving pointed out, yeah, there's men have had to stand up for themselves as adults, sometimes to their fathers and sometimes to their mothers. And then they just don't fool with them anymore. They move on. And you got to do what's healthy for your sanity, even when it comes to parents. That's how I feel. Now, can you mend some of these relationships? Sure. And I think as the children in this situation, you always want to mend the relationship with your parents. But if the parents don't want to change or do better, just like anybody else, you got to distance yourself. That's how I see it, y'all. And that's not always cool and it's not always great, but sometimes that's what it takes if you want to maintain your peace, that's just how I see it. But let's continue.
on the right path, has a straight head on his shoulder, not a liar, deceiver, honest. I feel like the basics.
Okay. No, I figured. No worries. You have to do something real quick. Oh, we getting the Kendra cam early. That was one of your kids?
Yeah, my 2-year-old.
Okay, here we go. All right. So, what are your deal breakers?
A liar, a cheater. I feel like the basics, a deceiver.
A deceiver. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Honestly, like I said, I'm turning 31. It's not really, I have to be somewhat attracted to you, of course, but I'm not really big on like looks. Just like I said, just morals. You have to have morals, good character, integrity. I feel like the basics.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yeah, I feel like you have to make more than me, because you have to take care of yourself, especially if you have kids. Nowadays, inflation is very high, so 100,000 and up, I feel like, because in this economy, that makes sense.
So the request, could he have kids already?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So the request is God-fearing man, no sex to your wedding night, and he has to make at least 100K.
I mean, especially you have kids, you have to be able to afford you and your kids. So I feel like 100K is reasonable, very reasonable.
But if a man if he makes 100K and he has kids, how does that, I mean, what if he makes enough just to take care of his kids and his kids are good? Why does his money matter? Like what he makes, and I'm sure he's going to take care of his kids. There are people who take care of their kids with less than that. So what is that? That's not just for his kids. That's for you too. I think when women say that they're being disingenuous, you're not worried about the amount of money that he's making just for his kids. You trying to fit yourself and your kids into his lifestyle too. That's how I see it, because most women don't want to share resources with a man's children. You want him to share his resources with you. So he got to be able to take care of himself and his family, kids that he already has. And he got to add your 3 kids and you on to it. So this is why a lot of times women come up with a bigger number, because they want to make sure that you can include them and take care of them the way they want to be taken care of. And that's a lot. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Okay. I want to be as sympathetic as possible. Have you ever thought of the mindset of the 100K guy?
I mean, here's the thing, Kendra. Like, I understand like where you're getting at, but I have like my options like right. I don't look like I have 3 kids. Number one, so when you meet me, you don't automatically. That's not what you see. Number one. Number two, I'm not ugly. So even with like when I get to meet a person and actually talk to a person, they actually like me. And then honestly, the kids don't even really matter much for most men. I don't have a problem.
So why are you talking to me?
I didn't even think you was gonna pick me, but I just wanted to like meet you. No, but I mean, I'm open to what.
Girl, why the hell you on this show? You're pretty. You don't look like you have 3 kids. All of that, but you can't get a man to take you seriously, ma'am. Kendra said, "Why you on my show, girl?
Why you on my show, girl? Girl, why you on my show? You got all this going for yourself, girl. Why you can't get a man to take care of you and them 3 kids? Huh? Why? Why?
Shit. Why are you on her show? Now, come on, that was a bar. Why are you on my show, ma'am? You got all these qualities and you can't get a man to take you care of you and them 3 kids. That should be very telling. Should be, but it's not always. I'm just saying. Should be very telling, but it's not always, child. Night Call 411. Thank you for the super chat. Says, love your channel. Same question you've mentioned that you was raised in a single mother home. Would you say that your relationship with your father is reflected in the relationship with your husband, or are they different? I will say this, Night Call. I think the relationship I did not have with my father has definitely played a part in who I am as a person, for sure. My father, I didn't have a relationship with my father. I knew who he was, but I didn't have a relationship with him. So I think that caused that played a real big part in some of the deficits that I've had in my life because I didn't have a father. So it wasn't pretty. So I think it definitely helped to shape who I am when it comes to some of the issues that I had and some of the things I had to, being insecure in many situations, feeling lost and sometimes feeling lonely at times, not because I didn't have love, but because it was a inner thing that I hadn't worked out because I didn't have a father. The relationship with my mother became strained. Being raised under a single mother environment, that plays a lot on your psyche and how you think, and just it affected me in many different ways, And so being just like I said, insecure, being confused a lot about certain things, it definitely played out in our marriage for sure because that, me wanting to have a father, especially when I was younger, oh my God, a lot of little psychological issues. And see, so I think it played a big part, you know what I'm saying? In how I've been shaped as an adult. So, this is why I say children need fathers, because even though, you like, oh, I didn't have a father there, but I still was able to thrive and things of that nature. Of course, as humans, you still got to live and thrive and stuff. But there are some things that you deal with psychologically because you didn't have that. And it's something that I've longed for. You know what I'm saying? What little girl does not want a father? So I think it's made me a little like angry at times, not having that. So yeah, I will definitely tell you, I've had issues from that. And I recognize it as an older woman, like a grown up, because when I was younger, I didn't know where, a lot of anger and hostility came from. And it was a part of that, plus the relationship I had with my mother too. So it definitely affected me. And it's something I had to come to terms with and realize, because I didn't realize it at first. So yeah, this is why I talk about these things, because I think once again, so much is put on men, and a lot of times you don't understand that my father was not there. It was just my mother, and there was a lot of bad information that we've received from my mother. That shaped my thoughts at a point. And not having any other outside influences was good, but at the same time, it's not that good if the influence that you follow is not right. You get what I'm saying? Like the one influence that we had, when I say we, I'm talking about me and my sisters and my siblings, was the only influence that came from my mother. So we were locked into what she was saying, even though it didn't seem right. And you start to think like that. And so and then when you realize that this is that you were taught how to deal with negative men. You were taught how to deal with men that were no good. We weren't taught how to deal with men who were good. This is why I say a lot of times women get this information from their parents, and they already have preconceived notions about men and relationships, and they use that as if they had experienced it. When you haven't, it's just what was handed down to you. And I think that's a bad thing. And you got to learn how to navigate that and retrain yourself and how to think with a person who is good to you. Because a lot of times you can have somebody that's good and you don't appreciate them, or you don't recognize it because you're so used to negativity that was taught to you. And so you react in that way. And I had to learn how not to do that. And I wanted to learn how not to do that. And I wasn't excited or happy about my thoughts in the way because I knew that something about it wasn't right. So I think that's what helped me in a sense. But Shell, not having we had a stepfather at one point, but I knew who my father was, and I met him and I've talked to him before, but he died, and so all of that played a big part. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of psychological issues that you go through when you experience that, and people don't talk about it. And this is why I say they got a lot of batshit crazy women out here, because they're trying to navigate through all of that stuff that they were trying to deal with. We didn't have no therapist or nothing like that. You got to figure that out on your own. And so this is why I can relate to people having issues and understand where it could stem from, but because I went through it too. So, I just think it definitely had an impact, and it's definitely reflected in my relationship, in my marriage, for sure. For sure. And a lot of people go through this. I know I'm not the only one. We all have had issues in that area, and we got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think the fortunate part for me was I was able to work on it younger, while I was young, while being married. That's not always easy too, because some people don't make it. Some people marriages don't make it. So I just feel like, thank God we were fortunate enough to go through that, and I could have a husband who's understanding, but that wasn't always easy for him. It wasn't always easy for him. He had to like navigate. He don't know, like he's not a therapist, so he had to navigate through that too. So, but a lot of people relationships fail early. They're not able to work through it, so I'm so grateful that we were able to work through a lot of issues that we had, and a lot of it stemmed from my behavior, trying to cope and deal with these, not having a father, not knowing the father, and then the issues with my mother. Like, yes, it plays a big part in a relationship, and a lot of people don't get through that. So I'm grateful that we were able to get past a lot of that stuff, and we're here now. You know what I'm saying? But and a lot of it was on my end. A lot of it was on my end. I'm not saying that my husband didn't have no issues, because he does too with certain things in his upbringing and stuff. But I will say, I think my issues were a lot worse. I do. And I think a lot of the issues tend to be like that. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I don't have a problem admitting it, because listen, I've come a long way. And I'm not saying I was the worst of the worst, but I'm saying, listen, still mentally, like, a lot of things play on you, and then you take it out in your relationship with the people closest to you. And I don't recommend anybody do that, but yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, very good question. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for that. That very good question. Thank you. Yep. Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat. Says, is there a look that tells how many kids you got? Nope. Nope, because I know some people that's damn near 400 pounds and don't have no children, and you would think, damn, you that big, that you have kids. They don't be having none. They just ate themselves so that ain't no baby weight, nothing. It's just all fat. I'm just saying. Thank you, Captain Caveman. There's no... I'm just saying. Captain Caveman says, with that old A Sherelle, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love hairdo. That is a Sherelle hairdo, but she cute though. I think she's cute. She's not ugly, so it works. Oh my God. That is, but why? I don't know. I'm not, y'all crazy as shit. But yeah, that is that hairdo though. But it's cute though. You just funny. You funny. Night Call 411 says, DeeDee, why is it okay for the majority of women to have preferences and standards for a man that is traditional? What if a man has preferences and standards that follows tradition? What if a man has preferences and standards that follows tradition is considered sexist or toxic? Because they don't want to follow that tradition. As simple as that. They don't want to follow the tradition. They want to be modern women with traditional men, because it doesn't benefit them. They see traditional as slavery. Cooking, cleaning, being domesticated in the house with the kids while the man is out working. They want 6-figure men who can take care of the household, but they don't want to be in the household. That's just the bottom line. They want to be outside, having their fun, doing whatever they want to do, and they want you to be relegated to the protection, provisions, the trips, everything. If you hungry, go hire you a maid. You got money to do it. You want the house clean, go get you a maid to clean it, go get you a cook. They want you to do all of that so they can have the soft girl life, because they've never had it before. And to them, this is what a man is supposed to do. So yeah, you want a traditional man that pays all the bills and take care of all of the finances, but you don't want to be a traditional woman relegated to the house and the kids. And that is the problem, because that's too much work for them. They don't want to do that. They don't want to be in the house. They couldn't do it. It was too much. They want to be outside, hot girl summer it up, trips while you pay for it, and that's just that. It's a selfish mentality. It's just selfish. I just sum it up with they're selfish. Night Call. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. No Fear, Jair. I hope I'm saying that right. A 2-time baby mama with the 2 baby daddies who now is Christian and celibate is just outlandish and foolish. Right. Thank you, No Fear, Jair. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Right. A 2-time baby mama with 2 baby daddies, and she's the Christian and celibate. This is the order. This is how it go. You go out, Sleep with Pookie and Ray Ray, get knocked up several times. All of them was narcissists. They all were abusive. They all were just bad. And you don't want to have nothing to do with them. They don't take care of the kids. You by yourself. Now you want a man that's rich to come in and do exactly this. Take care of you. Now you Christian, you born again, you're celibate. And now you want a God-fearing man, child. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You cannot. Let's continue.
I mean, going back down to what we were just discussing, and I don't want you, and this is why I said I want to be sympathetic. You know, I've been doing this for 6 years, right, of interviewing people, and I always say this: there's things that I know now that I would have never conversate about 6 years ago. So the men you were just discussing, I think you are attractive. Like, so there's gonna be men that are gonna want to be with you. I agree with you. You're not an ugly woman. I think you're gorgeous. We saw you stand up. You're well put together. But then there's categories, right? So what you want is, you don't want a guy. There's plenty of men that will be like, yeah, I want to have fun with her. She's attractive. You want the guy that's going to court you and take you serious, right?
That's why I'm not having sex, because you're going to eliminate yourself. Because honestly, again, I'm not desperate. That's number one.
But it's unfortunate that she's already eliminated herself by having 3 kids. You've already made the wrong move. So now it's automatically going to put you in a situation where men don't take you seriously, because most men don't want to take on a woman, no matter how beautiful you are, with 3 kids. And this is why I try to tell young women, don't make that mistake. Marry before you carry. If you want children and a family, make sure you find somebody that you know that you are compatible with, and y'all build together, and then you create a family. Don't just jump in with the sex stuff. And then why get pregnant? Why not protect yourself? If you out here, you can't hold it. Why don't you should have all types of protection, you know? Don't make the mistake that so many others have made. Like, protect up. There's all types. You don't have to have babies for all the men that you're with. And I don't condone you being a 304 and running your body count out, because that's not going to be conducive to what you going to eventually want from a man. Lord, it's not that hard, honestly. Let's continue.
So I feel like when you're desperate, you'll go for anything. And back in my younger days, I wouldn't say I was desperate as in like I couldn't pull someone. I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And that led me to where, I was led. I wouldn't trade my kids for the world, because they was obviously meant to be here. I feel like everything happens for a reason. But now me, like, especially in my 30s, it's just like a whole different mindset. And the person that I want is, number one, going to respect himself and me and God. So that makes like slim picking itself, because a lot of people don't really believe. So
in the year of your abstinence and with the men, how has that been? Are they willing to still date you, knowing that you're not having sex to your wedding night?
I mean, yeah. I have like, I don't want to spill on to you, but a lot. Again, I feel like it's the approach, right? When you come in, and especially the person I'm looking for, when you respect yourself, it kind of like your energy kind of like draws them in. Yeah, so I really don't have an issue with, because I'm very blunt and honest up front. So I ask my questions. You can ask me anything. I'll let you know like what it is. I'm not going to hide anything, So it's up to you. Like, I don't have a gun to your head. You can take it or leave it, type shit. So yeah, it's just like, I'm not.
So I'm trying to figure out, so what ends the relationships then? Since you said the men don't have a problem with your requirement, and they make the money requirement too. So what's been happening in the year? Like, why do they end?
I wouldn't say necessarily they end. Right now, I'm just talking, to people, getting to know.
Yeah, Kendra, I think the relationships don't end because it was never a relationship in the beginning. It was just a booty call, a hookup, situationship. That's what it seems like anyway. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. It was never based on anything solid. It was never a real relationship. It was situationship, hookup, whatever. And, if you can, when women point out, oh, I have this many kids and I still look good, and, my face card don't lie, I'm beautiful, I'm pretty and all this, but you can't get a man to take you seriously. What does all that matter? It doesn't matter if you're beautiful and you have all these things that's supposed to mean, oh, I could get any man I want. But when it doesn't add up to that, what does that matter? It doesn't matter how gorgeous you are. It doesn't matter that you look good for having children and all that. If you can't get a man to take you seriously, like that's no bearing on your ability to get somebody. You got men for sexual gratification and that's it. And children. You didn't get a man who married you. That's why marriage is important, because I don't think men are just going around here marrying anybody. And they're not going to just marry anybody. You have to have some substance and be special to that man for him to want to marry you. That's why marriage is the end all to be all. For a lot of women who like to say, oh, marriage ain't shit, or marriage ain't the end all. Yes, it is, because it takes a lot for a man to want to marry you. He's not going to just marry anybody. He's not going to just pick you random out of a group and say, I'll marry her. I'll give her my last man, risk everything that I work hard for. They're not doing that. That's why marriage is important and the end all be all, because it says you are special in that man's eyes. Because it doesn't matter how beautiful you are, how good you look, how big your BBL is. If he doesn't see any worth or value in you, he's not going to marry you. And for a man to marry you means a hell of a lot. Period. So I don't understand what they be saying, where they coming from. Because men don't just hand out marriages so easily, as a lot of these women already know. And that's why they're confused. I look good. I'm cute. I got a great body, but none of these men all they want to smash and dash. Why? That means you need to go back to the drawing table and figure out why you can't attract a man that will take you seriously, baby. Just saying. Captain Caveman said, why Kendra got a 70s afro part in her wig? Child, Lord. Listen, Captain Caveman. Listen, now I ain't talking about Kendra wig. I like that wig because listen, it's close to afro. They say black women, if you gonna wear the wigs and extensions, wear the texture of your hair. So maybe instead of this straight bust down middle, like we know clearly that ain't your hair. Like I'm all for the afros type wigs for black women, right? Hell, because if you ain't gonna get rid of the wig, at least wear your hair texture type. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna give her some for that one, Captain K-Man. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you.
People better instead of just like hopping in hot and ready. Like I learned from my mistakes. Like I feel like life is a lesson itself. Like we're all on journeys. So if you bump your head, it's better to learn than to bump your head over and over again. So it's my approach. So again, I'm honest. I'm not hiding my kids from no one. And they really want me. So it's more of that. Again, like I don't look like
hold on. Okay. It's not about looks, right? Because again, I think anybody watching, and if anybody was to disagree, they're a hater. You're gorgeous. I don't think that's nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And again, I'm not God either, right? But when we put money in it, this is what I've been told from men, right? It comes to math, right? So this guy has to be willing to financially support your children, also be willing to wait until the wedding night to also have sex, which I'm assuming y'all will be on a courting stage for a minute, right? Like, like you probably court for at least a year. And then, I don't know, you tell me, you want him to seriously court you. That means he wouldn't be having sex with other women, correct?
Yeah, like if we're exclusive, right. that's the the definition of exclusive is there's no other one but me, especially if we're taking each other seriously. Again, I'm not here to force anybody, so if it's your decision, right? So everything that comes with me. If you are wanting me, because here's the thing, like I don't go for men who like listen to like God rest his soul, Kevin saying whatever, Kevin, I don't know his last name. I don't really go because my whole thing is this, like, there's somebody for everybody. Like, there's to each his own. So it's just like your mindset, if you are very like closed-minded and not.
There is not somebody for everybody, child. Women outnumber men. Y'all gonna have to start sharing men. Every woman is not gonna be able to get a man. I don't believe that. I don't believe there's somebody for everybody. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the women have picked over a guy that probably would have been good for them, but they ignored him and went for the one they wanted, and then they end up by themselves. So you don't get all these different chances to come back and find the man that you want. That's the problem. The ones that would want you, y'all don't want. And the ones that you want don't want you. So no, I don't believe there's somebody for everybody, because y'all had the ones that y'all wanted. He didn't want you. And the ones that are left, you don't want them. And then on top of that, you got 3 kids and stuff, 2 baby daddies. These men I don't believe there's somebody for everybody. I don't. Let's continue. I just don't.
I'm open-minded. I wouldn't want to like be with you anyways because we wouldn't agree on certain things. Like, yeah. So I feel like certain rules apply to certain people.
Okay, this is true. Dating is very individual. I do got to correct one statement you said. Everyone does not get a romantic partner. I think we say that saying, but that's not a fact. And we can all prove that because when we say there's someone for everyone, I believe God is good, but that only person God has guaranteed you to have is the person in the mirror. You the only person that is guaranteed. Everybody else, children included, at some point in time, either you go, they go. So we recite the saying, there's someone for everyone, but I think we say that in a romantic manner, and that's just not a fact.
It's not. What's going on, Freezy? How you been? What's going on? How you been, brother? Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. No captivity with Freezy in the building. All right. How you doing? Hope all is well. Shout out to you. Listen, if y'all haven't went over and supported his channel, go support his channel. He have a lot of good content over there. No captivity with Freezy. Love his work. Definitely go over and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, go over and support this brother. Shout out to you for stopping by and for being in the building. I appreciate you. All right, take care. Malcolm, what is it? Malcolm in the middle, 8777. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, can she hear herself talk? Nope, probably not. Malcolm, probably not. A lot of women just be talking and we don't even listen to what we're saying. Hell, I do it too. I'm not going to even front. My husband have to record me. I'm just saying. He'll pull out his phone and start recording what I say so he can play it back so I can hear it. I'm just saying. I get mad when he do it, but he like, nope, I'm a record. It'll make me mad, but he still do it. Sometimes he got to record me so I can hear what I'm talking, how crazy I'm talking. Thank you, Malcolm. I appreciate you. Captain Caveman says, I go to the dealer for new parts for my car, not the junkyard looking for used parts. Exactly. No, thank you, Miss back to the drawing board. Right. And listen, Captain Caveman, that's how a lot of people feel. A lot of men feel. They don't want nothing used. They're not trying to go to the used car lot. They're not. And women just gonna have to be mad about that. That's a choice that they made, and now it's biting them in the butt, for real. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Once again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your super chat. Let's continue.
I did not promise every single human being a romantic partner. And I know people hate when I say that, but it's needed to be said because we recite things that are just not factual.
Right.
Like we probably could all name people who have passed on who never got married or never had a romantic partner. So that's just not God's promise. God's promise is we have a journey, and I don't know what everybody's individual journey is. And that's what life is about. And we'll have people that will come along throughout our journey. And some will get married, some will not. Some will have children, some will not. That's the truth. But the saying there's someone for everybody in a romantic saying is just not true.
What I mean by that is like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I didn't see people with no legs get married to people with a person who has legs.
Those are the easiest marriages because they don't have high requirements.
I mean, but what I'm saying is they're not the pick of the litter, and they have like a provider, everything, and they're handicapped. So it's just like when I say that, I mean it looks is one thing, but also it's your personality, it's your character, it's your morals. You know, are you a headache or are you like a relief? You know, do you cater? You know, that plays a big part of it because looks can put you in the door, but a stank attitude can kick you right back out. Like, who wants to deal with his beauty phase? Like, it's not forever. So.
That's true. Let me ask this. Are you going, Ashley?
Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have a looks requirement? Should he look a certain way?
No.
Oh, you don't care how he looks?
I mean, I have to be somewhat attractive, but I don't have any, no.
I want you just to answer this because this will be the question. Okay. And I want to, and again, we're just having a conversation, but I want to get all these questions out because I know when you're reposted, these are things people might say. So again, I think nobody disagrees with your attraction, right? So I'm going to just take it in the money part of it. Like a man that makes 100K and looks pretty good, he's probably going to have a lot of options of women, right? Like it's just the way the game is set up, child. I don't make the rules, but everybody want a 100K man that looks good. So then the question becomes, if this man has a lot of options, why does he solely focus on a woman who may, have 3 children already? And also the requirement is to wait until marriage to have sex when he may have options that don't include those 2 things.
Again, it's not all about the looks. I feel like when you have a connection with somebody, because, this is me talking from experience. This is not like me, projecting. I didn't had a man who had over 200,000.
Okay, let's stop right there. And he was willing to marry you without and no sex and all that?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Again, it's about character. So once I found out, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking.
Why is it every time you find a man with the money requirement, something's wrong with him? Because a lot of times they're lying. I'm sorry. You're lying. A lot of times people are lying. A lot of them are like, oh, I've been around these guys who make this type of money and I'm all around them, but none of them seem interested in you. Why is that? I wish women would be more truthful and stop, just be more honest about the situation, because we see the outcomes are not matching up what y'all are saying. But every time they meet a man that makes some money, something wrong with him. Well, why y'all stop looking? Well, wouldn't that make you stop looking for men with all the money? Wouldn't that make you stop going for the top tier financial ones? Wouldn't that make you say, you know what, money is not the end all be all, so let me go for a guy that may not make as much, but let me go for character. Let me go for a person that actually is a good person and not worry so much about the money. But everybody keep worried about the money and then making that the highest standard. And then y'all say when y'all meet the guys with the money, oh, he was too this, or he was too that, he was too that. So common sense would say stop focusing on just that. You can find a good connection with a guy that has good character, morals, a good guy that want to be with you and may not make all the money, and y'all just make it do what it do together. But the focus is always the money, and then y'all can't even get those men. It doesn't make sense. Captain Caveman says, beeping smoke detector and a yelling child, red flag. I did hear the child, but they don't hear the smoke detectors. Captain Caveman. They don't hear it. It just doesn't make sense. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue. It don't add up, y'all.
For experience, not
okay, but no, let's talk about this guy that you just named that had 200K that was willing to marry you and not have sex until your wedding night. Why did you count him out?
Character. Once I feel like I can't trust you, what
was wrong with his character?
Just little small lies, very high temper. Once I feel like you lost my trust, it's kind of like starting from the ground up. Because
how long did you guys date for?
About a year.
And y'all never had sex?
No, I didn't say we never had sex. I met him before I became abstinent, so we had sex.
Okay, girl, he don't count, child. He already had sex with you.
But it was
we talking about no. This is important though, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I'm just trying to have a reality conversation. That guy and you had already been intimate, so he's not the guy we're talking about. We're talking about a man that you've never been intimate with, that is going to agree to all of that. So that guy didn't fall into
that's harder. Because like I said, we had sex twice. And then I told him okay, that's it. I'm getting closer to God. I'm becoming abstinence. And he was okay with it. I feel like that's harder than...
How much longer did y'all break up after you said you were abstinent?
Well, I want to say...
Trying to make up a lie.
February of this year.
No, but when did you tell? So when was the last time y'all was intimate? And then when did y'all stop talking?
That was August of last year.
So you haven't been abstinent for over a year because you had sex last August.
Well, almost a year, I guess. I met him. Well, it was February or August, one of those. Again, we only had sex twice. So it was February or August of last year. I'm kind of I don't know.
February and August are very far away. They're not even close in months.
Oh, no. Then yeah. It was February, March. March. It wasn't August. I take that back. Yeah, it was March. Like I said, I met him in February. We was intimate 2 times in March, and then I told him after that because I was feeling guilty because I already had this in my mind, you know, prior from me even meeting him. So I just told him, like, you know, I want to be abstinence. He told me that it was not a big issue because his last relationship, they stopped having sex a long time ago. So, you know, I don't know, but that's what he said it wasn't a problem.
Baby, run, ninja, run, run, ninja, run. Yeah, this too much. She's trying to keep her story. She can't keep the story straight. And Kendra noticed it. I would run too, child. But most men already ain't even, you know what I'm saying? The most they gonna be like is, oh, she's so cute, she look good, and we gonna try to get with her, but sexually, but that's it. They not trying to like, no, they gonna run too. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Successful MD says, Simon says her eyes says she's lying and crazy. Clown, child. She lying from what I gather. I'm not a lying, you know, the expert that we need an expert to see what people are lying. I need to find one. I need to find an expert. So a lying expert to come on my lives when I'm doing lives. And when I do the Kendra G ones is to tell me if they lying or not. Child, we already know. We already have come to our own conclusion, but I would love to get one on to just watch these videos and tell me if this one is lying. Tell me, pull up all the clips. Which ones are lying? Tell me now. Look at their facial expressions. Did they look to the left? Because you know they say look to the left, whatever you're lying, child. I need one of them experts. Captain Caveman says, D, please explain to me what is me? Wait, please explain to me what is we didn't really have sex. Right. I'm on the spectrum and need answers. No, you're not on the spectrum. You know, I ain't gonna say no more, but thank you, Captain K-Man, for the super chat. Yeah, what is we didn't really? Yeah, that means you did. That's all it means. It means you did something sexually. Maybe you didn't really have sex, but you played around with something. Maybe you played around with her or they did something else. Like something happened. He left with something. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what it means. Something happened. But maybe it wasn't the full gambit, but something happened. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Successful MD says her last activity was every day of February. Every day of February. Oh my God. Y'all a mess. Thank you, Successful MD. No Fear Jahir says, why isn't she in a Christian singles ministry? Exactly. Because they don't want the Christian men either. They want Pookie and Ray Ray. She don't want no Christian man. That's just something they say. She don't want no Christian man. Thank you, No Fear Jahir. I appreciate you. They want what his name? Long D Willie. That's what they want. And that's what they get. You want Long D Willie and you got Long D Willie. That's why you got them kids. She spent 2 weeks or whatever she said with Long D Willie in the first place, who she didn't know, and that's who she was with. That's who they want. You got them. Now you're trying to get somebody to take care of Long D Willie's children. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
Problem for him, but that's my point. I feel like that's hard from having sex, then completely stopping and being able to continue that for the respect of me. Again, it's all about respect. Like I'm looking for someone who's aligned with me, equally yoked. You know, that's why I don't have necessarily too many requirements.
I'm not sure what happened.
Sorry, I got a call.
So a couple things. So the last time y'all was intimate, it wasn't August, it was March. You're saying of last year. Okay. Yeah. And you guys dated exclusively all the way into February.
All the way into August, because we moved in with each other. And well, it was February, yeah. We moved in with each other in August. And
so in March, you guys, so you moved in with each other in August. When did you move out?
This year in February.
So you moved in together in August and February. So y'all was sleeping in the same bed every night and y'all was never having sex.
I tried. He had what is it called? Sleep. He snored.
So let me ask the question again, because maybe it's a clear question.
He wasn't sleeping. That's what I'm saying. We were sleeping in it. I tried sleeping in the same bed with him, but he snored very loudly, and he also like stopped breathing in the middle of his, and it would wake me up. So. Sorry, I got a call. Once I wake up, I can't go back to sleep. So I had to sleep in another room.
So you moved in August and y'all didn't sleep in the same bed?
We did for like a month, and then after that, you know, I was sleeping in another room because, like I said, he not only did he snore loudly, he would stop breathing for like 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden a gasp of air. And once I couldn't, you know, once I wake up, I couldn't go to sleep, so I wasn't getting much sleep, so I had to.
Gotcha. So
yeah.
when you moved in August and y'all broke up in February, y'all never had sex during that time?
Right.
Okay.
Kendra don't
Okay.
A hand on the Bible. I have no reason to lie.
Girl.
So and then
I see people put their hand on the Bible and be lying down. You hear me? They don't be afraid of God striking them down. They'll put their hand on the Bible and lie through their goddamn teeth. Be lying down, and you find out they lied, and they don't have nothing to say. So put your hand on the Bible. That don't, child. People that lied so many times, put their hand, put two hands. I put two hands on the Bible. I'm so serious, right? Let's continue.
And he was fine. So according to you, he was abstinent during all that time too.
We lived together, so 100%. All he did was work and come home.
So why did y'all eventually? So what was the lie that made y'all depart from each other?
See, here's the thing. Like, I'm trying to. I know my issues. I know my flaws, like my vices, and I'm actively working to get better. I can't be with a person who's not doing the same thing, because you're pulling me back and you're triggering me. And once I felt like you pulling me out of character, like for no reason, it's kind of like a toxic. If I take 2 steps forward, I don't need a person to take me 3 steps backwards. So it wasn't like a healthy environment for me, especially me actively doing the work. And especially when we have conversations and we talk about the problem and then it constantly occur again. So, you know, I can only express what I need and, you know, what you're doing and things like that. Like, for example, I take accountability for my actions. I can't be with a person who don't take accountability for their actions. Like, I don't need a man child, you know?
I got that. I guess the question I'm asking you is, what was the ultimate demise? Because it seems like,
that.
Well, what? I don't know what that is. What was that?
Not being able to take accountability for.
Well, take accountability for what? What happened?
Okay. I mean, because it was a few things. We would get in an argument, and then he would lie about what he said, and then it's just like I would have to pull text messages up to like prove like this is what you said. Like, it was just doing too much. Okay. Mind you, at this time I was like 30, 29, you know.
I thought this was I thought y'all just broke up this February.
Right. I'm talking about the beginning, last February. Like when we first, remember we moved in with each other in August of last year.
Right. And y'all broke up 2 months ago, right? Or when did y'all break up?
I would really say we broke up December. We moved.
Girl, listen, now I was trying to roll with you, but you done told two.
No,
listen, hold on. No, Ashley, hold on, Ashley. You done told so many lies that I kind of let go.
It's not a lie.
Because the truth is easy to tell, and this story changes 5 different times and dates, and I let him go for the grace I was giving you. But hold on, don't overtalk me. Don't overtalk me. Yeah. I'm actively trying to listen and give you the benefit of the doubt. But you have changed dates so many times, and I always say this: the truth is easy to tell. You just said y'all broke up this last February. Now you saying December. Like,
when I say broke up, I mean like we stopped living with each other in February. The relationship was over in December, but the lease wasn't broken until February. So February is when I got my own place and we stopped living with each other. December was the beginning of the end. So it's not me lying. It's me trying to go back a year ago, you know, because we're halfway over with this year.
Not a year ago, girl. If this is what happened, this is 5 months ago.
A year ago.
Huh?
February of last year is a year ago. You asked me when
when did y'all break up? February of last year?
We got together February of last year.
No, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking, when did y'all break up?
That's what I'm saying. So
when did you move out of the home, for clarity?
February of this year. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm asking about things of 2 months ago. We're in April. So what I'm not asking about when y'all started. We passed that. We were talking about
lies was being told. You asked me when we had sex. So I said August because that's when we moved in together. But we really had sex. I had to remember back in March.
She giving me a swimming in the damn head, girl. And you know how people get that you asking one question, they start diverting the conversation and saying all types of other things. Lord, Kendra knew this was gonna be a long one, baby. She trying to talk their way out of stuff. Captain Caveman says, and if I'm taking 2 steps forward, I don't need no woman taking me 3 kids backwards. I know that's right. I don't think nobody is gonna. So all this is just, foolishness. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Tone the Virgo in the building. Thank you so much for this super chat. Says this woman took us through 4 seasons as to when she been with this man. We went from winter to spring to summer to fall, baby, and back to winter. Even her Wi-Fi. No, she lying, child. Tone the Virgo, you ain't lying. Listen, she giving me a goddamn headache. I'm just saying. She's talking too much and it ain't making sense. This is why I say just listen. If you had the patience to just listen to a woman talk, they will expose everything. Just let them talk. Just pay attention. Thank you, Tone the Virgo. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you, Captain Caveman, as well. Ooh, Lord, Captain Caveman again says, lying with tattoos done in crayon and marker, shaking my head. Oh my God. Y'all are tripping. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Child. They look like they done in crayon and markers, Captain Caveman. Lord, it's a lot, I will say. Let's continue.
Of last year. That was the first time we had sex. We had sex twice. That was not a lie. That's just me trying to go
So y'all
back.
did have sex in August.
I mean, no, that's when we moved in together. But I said,
okay, you said you had sex twice. What 2 months did you have sex twice?
March.
In? So you only had sex twice in March.
Right.
Okay. And y'all broke up 2 months. You moved out 2 months ago.
I moved out in February. We broke.
Successful MD says Wigga Mortis has taken over, DeeDee. Overcooked. Oh my God. Y'all, thank you, Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a lot. This conversation could have been ended, but Kendra letting her talk too much.
Up we was breaking the lease in December. So that's when we actually officially, we were still living together, but we were not really talking much. It was kind of like tension. So that was December. I moved into my own place February 8th. So yeah, it's just me trying to, differentiate. I don't have no reason to lie at all.
Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right. Ashley, 30, Gemini. Okay. So we did the money. Let's do the Kendra Cam. Okay. Look like you're in shape.
I mean,
so we just talked about, so this was your last relationship we just talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when was the last time, you don't have to answer, but when was the last time you was intimate?
March of last year.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm actively working on them. But leaving, like I said before, like when I feel like, I'm not being heard, if I have to reiterate like the same thing over and over again, and you're still not applying or trying to work on it, it's time for me to go, because it's like, how many times do I have to tell you this is what I need for you to actually care? So I would say I'm somewhat of a runner. Also my temper, but this is like something like, through the grace of God, I feel like, I'm actually overcoming, but giving more grace. When I was like, I feel like, here's the thing.
That's enough. I can't do no more. Here's the thing, my ass. I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I can't do no more. She talked too damn much. She looking for love, y'all. She 31, 3 kids, 2 baby daddies. Ain't nobody got time. I done took it too. I'm tired. She done wore me out. I can't hear that voice no more. It's getting to me, y'all. I have a patience, but it runs out. And no more. I'm done. I can't. I had to realize for a second, I don't have to keep going. Like I could stop, child. That's enough. Goddamn. I don't want, here's the thing, my ass. I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all. It's over. I can't. Like just too much. I can't. It ain't really saying nothing, Like, oh Lord, have mercy. Bottom line, a lot of these women have screwed themselves. They're cooked. Ain't no man gonna sit there and want to deal with you and no 3 damn children. That's it. Hopefully, if she could find somebody, okay, kudos to her, because I really don't be caring like that. If you could get what you looking for, baby, let me know. Shout out to you. I'm happy for you. But we know that's going to be very difficult. She's not an ugly woman, which she pointed out. She's don't look bad for 3 kids. She don't. She's in shape. She's not overweight or nothing. She's a decent looking woman, but something else is missing. And that's just that. And she's going to be hard pressed to find a man who's going to want to take care of her and them 3 kids. And that's just what it is, because men want their own children. And she said she's a runner. I don't think she's running from anything. I think they just don't want her. Whoever is in her life, they don't want her. Ain't no running from nothing. They just don't want you seriously. They'll screw you because you're cute and you're not overweight, but you ain't running. They running from you. And they don't want to do what you want. Right. They don't want to take care of you and them 3 kids. So there's no other choice. They be acting like they have all these options and choice. No, you ain't running. They running. And you want somebody to take care of you and them 3 kids, and all I'm saying, no. Bottom line. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's nothing else to say. All this talking for nothing. It's done. Hopefully she found what she's looking for. Because I'm really not a person to try to hate on somebody. No, I want you to get what you want. But is it gonna be difficult in a sense? Yes. That's why she's on the Kendra G. The women who are finding men, they don't have to come to Kendra G. They got a man. The women who get married, they get married. You'll never see them on Kendra G. So when you come to Kendra G, we know it's the last resort. Because you can't find nobody. You're that beautiful and that fit and you can't find nobody. So now the last resort is Kendra G, child. When you get to Kendra G, we know it's a wrap. Just saying. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Successful MD says she constantly recycles her kids through trauma. Maybe. It is what it is, though. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, and it's the common. We've seen enough of this. We've seen a lot of this, y'all, and it's a constant cycle. I want women to win, but they gotta want to win themselves, and you gotta stop thinking that you can reinvent the wheel, that you can do something totally different and get the results you're looking for. You're gonna have to, that you don't have to, you have to recognize that you're gonna have to do something different to get the results you want. You can't keep doing whatever it is that you want and think you're gonna get these high value men that come in and take care of you and your kids. Like, these men don't even want women with kids. The men y'all looking for don't want women with kids. That's what Kevin Samuels was trying to tell y'all. And they got mad and hated that man guts for that. But it's the truth. And we see it all happening now. So hopefully she can get what she's looking for. Hopefully they find somebody. Y'all might call him a simp, but at least, look, better to have a simp than nobody. I'm just saying. At least she'll get what she want out of it. If he don't realize what it is and he want to go for it, that's his choice. That's his business. If that's what he want to be and do, there's nothing nobody can do about it, child. Let him go ahead on and do it until it don't work out. Till she wake up one day and say, I'm done. This don't serve me and my kids no more. I'm out. But by the way, give me all this stuff, So they're gonna have to deal with it. If they don't see it or don't want to learn, you can lead somebody to the water, but you can't make them drink. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Listen, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody who supported the channel or supports the channel via Super Chat or Cash App. I appreciate you guys for that. Shout out to everybody who watched the stream, liked the stream, everybody who supports the channel and supports what I'm doing. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea. Thank y'all to everybody in the chat, everybody who gave comments and gave statements or whatever. Everybody who participated in the chat. I appreciate y'all so much. All right. So thank y'all once again for being here. Listen, make sure you guys are supporting the channel by watching the videos that are posted. Go over and watch the videos, like them, share them if you can, y'all. Also, don't forget to leave a comment just to let me know it's real and hype up the videos. When you go to the video, you slide over that bar, hit the hype button, hype the videos up. That's supposed to help the channel, y'all. So make sure you are doing that to support the channel. Also, if you want to support anything that I have going on, merchandise, you can support by purchasing my husband's singles. All of those links are in the description. If you want to purchase his song, you can download that t-shirt, mug, anything like that, make sure you're supporting in that way as well. All right. So thank y'all. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building. Hit the like button on your way out. I will see you guys really soon. I won't be here tomorrow. I won't be doing a live tomorrow. So I'll probably catch you guys maybe next week. But make sure you are watching the videos posted. I appreciate y'all for that, and leave your thoughts on the videos. If you want to give a super thanks, you can do that as well if you like the content. All right. And also, if you're in the building and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. All right. So thank y'all once again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. Stay tuned. Be safe out here in the streets, and I'll catch you in the next one. Mwah. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Laugh and my heart chokes. Like Midas, everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like it's a little word. Yeah. Every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me in a way I never understood. In every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. I never understood every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know, I just know I get. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in. Lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together. And just like that.